It's that same old startup screen glow, blowing dust off a gray game logo. Saturday stacked in a plastic case, sleepover scores we can't erase. Kirk's got stats like a cheat sheet code, and he's got jokes from the late night shows. Top 4 takes from a childhood stash, argue till the credits crash. Welcome to my nostalgia therapy. Top 4 reasons I still feel 16. Pixel hearts and worn out DVDs. Play it back, let it all come clean. Laughing like we never had to leave. Hit subscribe to the Kid in Me. Every week's another memory. Yeah, this is my nostalgia therapy.
This is the Rushmore Show, where it's all about your top 4 and nothing more. Andy, would that be considered a breakdown?
No. We'll talk about that next week. I will educate you. You got a week.
I was joking. I was really joking. But hey, 6 people on. Say hello. Retro Vault's here. Bryce is here. Hype 1. Noelle Elizabeth is also here. Hype 2. And Adriana Mel 13 is also here. Yay, we're excited. So hey, look, the Rushmore Show.
Adriana is one of our friends here tonight.
Right.
Our guests.
Right. So Skylar and Adriana, they're both kind of chatting in there. Well, I love that. Hey man, so let's talk. Last week of video games. We're jumping into music next week. If you guys like music, hang out with us. Mr. Expendable Plays 1536. Yo! What's up, man? Thanks for being here. Welcome to the Summit Squad. Let's throw a little Summit Squad out there for them. We call that our kind of our community. Thanks for being here. So basically what we do is every week we do the nostalgia therapy. We climb up on a mountain and just talk about the past and and have a little fun about like what our favorites are in different genres of pop culture, nerddom, sports sometimes. Even we've even done music, food, whatever. And tonight is our last Pop culture cats and ways to eat peanut butter. I think was the same show.
Peanut butter. Did you know that we can rank that? We can, and we did.
Yeah, we can rank it, and we will rank it, and that's just how it is. So here's the deal. I think next week, this week is going to be an easy one for me. I wrote down, I was like, and I got down like 9. I don't even really have them in order. I'm just going to go with what's off my list and be like, this is my favorite one right now. But next week, difficult. I'm already working on next week. But we'll have actually Andy's. We're going to have Andy's band from, high school / college / pre-pubescent into pubescent and marriage and all that thing. We'll have them on the show, and we're talking metal, right? Like, I mean, not necessarily just metal, but metal mainly. Pretty much. That's going to be fun. Hey, we've got 9 people hanging around.
Central Station is in the house from last week. There we go.
What's up, Tony? That's Tony. He's awesome. Tony runs a great convention down here or up here, around here in the area. Micah Tyler, is that mystical? I thought he was in jail. Michael Tyler is here. Hey, y'all, happy to be here. Yeah, watch yourself. I mean, that's Mystical's real name, Michael Tyler. So Sim's in the house. Andy had a band. Yes, he did have a band, a rubber band, a band around his waist.
I had a Band-Aid.
Yeah, a Band-Aid. No, he actually did. He was in a metal band / pop punk /
There was multiple bands. There's multiple bands.
Multiple bands that he's been in. Mystical. Yes, Noelle Elizabeth, you got me. So, hey, let's get this show on the road before everybody gets bored and tired. And let's actually talk about what we're really here for. And that is, you ready, Andy?
I'm so ready.
Are you ready?
I'm ready, but I'm so ready for you to stall a little bit longer. Now I am.
And we're going to stall just for a little bit more to let you know that we're not ready to bring out our guests, but we are ready to say this is the Rushmore of top 4. Are we still stalling?
Nope, we're not.
We're gonna go.
Go.
Gaming memories of all time.
Here we go.
All right. Well, first off, there are several new people in the chat. You guys You guys hang out long enough, I'll throw you guys over some wrenches, and you'll be hanging out. Mike Pike, thanks for being here. Michael Tyler, if we know you guys from somewhere, let us know where you know us, or if you're just perusing the internets and you landed on us, that's even more amazing. What would be really awesome is if you hang around long enough, hit the subscribe and hang out again next week. But at least this week, hit the like button. That helps everything for when we go off the air. And yeah, hang in tight. While we go up our mountains, you guys can go up your mountains. And we do it this way: 4, 3, 2, 1. So if you want to drop your fourth favorite memory in video games, anything that has to do with video games, drop it in the chat. I see a lot of you guys hanging out. We're friends of your guests. Yeah, absolutely. So we met at Siege, Mr. Painfully. Thanks. That's awesome. So lots of people in the chat. So let's get our friends out here.
Let's do that.
So they can shout out all of these friends, because these guys are amazing. And I'm going to start throwing wrenches out to some people while that's happening. So top 4 Rushmore of gaming memories. Welcome to our show. Our friends. So we're friends with Bryce, right? Sometimes. Just kidding. We love Bryce. Bryce is amazing. And Bryce shouts out one day. He shoots me a message, and he's like, hey, I've got these friends. They're Christian. They'll be perfect to be on your show. Bryce is such a dude that goes out and looks for people like this for us. Every time he thinks that we could connect with somebody. And then actually I noticed that Bryce and him and them come really close. They kind of live closer together, and they've traveled to a few conventions together. We've got to meet at Siege in several places, and just some of it is criminally underrated that they only have 300-ish. I don't know. They might be at 301, 2, 3, 4 now. But I saw when they broke 300 not very long ago. It's criminally underrated as far as the show goes, the editing, the just amazing things that happen over there. Let's check out these guys, man, and bring out on the show our friends, Adriana and Skyla, the Retro Vault. Bring them out and hang out with us.
What's going on?
There they are. What's going on?
Hey, let's go. This is Lance with Ashton's Nerd. Oh, Sippy Swamp Fan. They're going to be on soon. Sippy Swamp Fan is Lance.
Yeah.
So guys.
You know what?
Guys.
Oh, Michael.
Why Retro Vault? Why video games? Why I mean, you can share whatever you want. Why Jesus? Because we love that. You can share why do you want to be on our show? No. Why did Bryce introduce us? I don't know. Share your neck of the woods, your little corner of the internet for a little bit.
Well, I mean, we're a couple who loves retro gaming. When we started dating, we started going to these conventions and doing stuff. And she has a background in film. I have a background in being a nerd. And so we just kind of combined those two things, and here we sit.
Nice.
Yeah, gaming's been a part of our life, at least my life, the whole time. I mean, I've been alive, but we have, as far back as I can go, me and my family have been doing something. Definitely big shout out to Bryce.
Yeah.
That's my boy. That's my, I love you, boy. I love you, boy.
You're my boy, Blue. You're my boy, Bryce.
Yeah.
I love that guy. Love that guy.
I do. I love me some Bryce.
So, how long y'all been doing the YouTubes? You're at 300. I saw 300-ish. Congratulations on that. Let me just say this. I absolutely love the desert video. When I saw that, I was like, bro, these guys are killing it. And you're only at that point, I think you were probably at like roughly around 250.
Yeah, maybe.
And I was like, dude, if they're doing this at 250 in no time, you'll be like, to the moon.
That's very nice.
So
I would like to believe you. Yes.
no, it's true. And then your little interviews were great at Siege. We loved all that. How long y'all been on the internet trying the old YouTube?
Not very long. Yeah, maybe a year or so. Before we started dating, one of our first conversations was about YouTube making videos for something entirely different.
Yeah.
But because I'm a technical director now, a stage manager of a performing arts center. And
That's awesome.
He's a musician, and like we've had full-time jobs and did different stuff. But he was trying to like crack the code of what to do, how to film certain things. He had like, and even now, like he has the visions of what we can do. And I'm teaching him, and now he's almost, basically he does almost everything.
The student is becoming the master.
He's mastered a lot of the technical ability, which I always think, like, you can teach technical, you can teach production, lighting, filming, and we have very basic stuff, but you can't teach the ideas. And so I think that's why we're going to be successful, is because it's weird, like the sandworm desert thing, but it's something that I think people can connect with and will really enjoy. That's kind of his.
Dude, it's so good. It's so good. Hey, I'm throwing some wrenches out to all your friends. Y'all see any friends in the chat? Shout them out.
I saw Mr. Painfully.
I got some people texting me being like, "We see a tiny little frame, but where are you?" And I'm like,
"Oh yeah. You got to tell them, like, they're married. They can be closer. It's okay.
They should just watch it on the TV, to be honest with you.
Yeah,
Let's be real. Like,
go wide.
Yeah. Well, if you go to the YouTube side and you go to the not shorts version of it, like this full one, you can see everybody. So just so you guys know. But anyway.
So there's a YouTube side. There is on YouTube, there's a short side and a regular side. And you can also go to Facebook and Twitch anytime we're live. Sometimes we go live on Instagram, but it's really hard to do that. And TikTok, there's one little gate that we still have to open. We'd love to be out live on TikTok as well. But we get to pick 3 of them, so we picked those 3. Yeah. So you can check us out in any of those. So we're gonna get started though. By the way, where can they find you? Where can they find you?
Anywhere that digital media is released.
I know this. So when I was looking for you guys to kind of tag, there are a couple other The Retro Vaults. Yeah. And for the one on YouTube, you have the little underscore situation. Thank goodness I knew the logo. I knew the logo. Yes, and I was that's the one. So there are a couple other posers that we'll have to have a cease and desist when you guys get to 100K.
Just have to house up them. It's all good.
That's it.
Yeah.
No, we
actually I will say this. In the beginning, someone was like, "You cannot pick the name that you're using." And I said, "Why not?" And they said, "Because when we search for you, we literally can't even find you." Right? I said, we have 2 options. We can either rebrand or we can be the best retro vault there is on YouTube.
That's
and everyone was like, "Well, that's crazy, Skylar." And I'm like, "No, you're crazy. Because we're the retro vault. Those guys they're nerds."
That's the vision. That's the vision right there.
Where people can find us is YouTube, and that's _retro vault.
That's the queenship.
That's our main thing. We really just want to make YouTube videos, but in this day and age, you kind of, I guess, have the whole gambit. So we're on Instagram as the Retro Vault SC. We're on TikTok as the Retro Vault SC. We're on Facebook as the Retro Vault SC. We had those unified, but we want to make our YouTube. We kind of try to drive as much traffic to that, and that's really where we're making the most stuff and putting out the most stuff. We manage our Instagram every so often and TikTok every once so often.
You might get one or the other,
Yeah.
I feel that.
I think they're completely different audiences too. Like, we have a couple people that follow us on TikTok, and we just started recently a retro game store, a pretty small little store, and there was actually a group of teenagers that walked in and just kind of stared at Skylar and went,
"Oh yeah."
Oh, somebody saw him in the wild?
Yeah.
That's fun. I've only had that happen twice, and both times was at a convention. Never like at a store or something. But 2 times at a convention, somebody walked up and goes, "Hey, are you the Rushmore Show?" And I was like, "Yes."
Nice, and you by name. They did not.
Yes, I love that. I love that. Because that's just fun to be in the community and kind of know that it's kind of working or whatever.
I like Mr. Painfully and Bryce are chatting.
Yeah, and Bryce says, "I see you, boo."
Well, look, we love these guys. We don't want them to get too bored with us. Let's get this thing going. So there is we do a little pattern. we go Rosie first, and then TJ, Jazzy, Jeff. Then we'll take a small break and shout out some friends, and then we'll do Link, George, and then we'll do a like an honorable mention round, and then we have a third little small round before we head out. Back in the green room, we did a backflip, and Adriana landed it the best, and so she won the coin flip, and
really
then
close. It was really close.
She's gonna go first. She's getting thrown to the wolves. So here's the one thing
Thank you, Jonathan.
about
We love you.
this, especially this one. It's so subjective. Oh, FYI, Barry Bonds is coming up.
Oh, let's get that walk.
Barry Bonds is up right there. Here she comes. She's coming up to the plate. So if I'm not paying attention to y'all, I'm sorry. My daughter's batting. But this is how it works. See, my brain just disappears because anyways, when you're doing something so subjective, you have to give some criteria.
Yeah.
So like most people are like, oh no, these are the top 4 things ever in video games, ever in blah, blah, blah. But we have to understand where you were coming on when you made your list. So tell us some criteria, and then you can jump into Rosie, which is your number 4 greatest memory of all time.
Awesome. Well, I think my criteria for all 4 were trying to shape around consoles. So yes, there's these memories, but they're around a specific console. And my number 4 is actually the OG Xbox. Now I have my original Xbox somewhere here. I also brought some of the games that I originally played on my original Xbox. And the reason why this is my first memory, and I don't really think it's like my bottom tier, but it's my first memory. I kind of went a little bit of chronological order. Is I remember that Christmas Day where we as a family received the family console of the Xbox. So it was a big deal that we even got a game device at all. But I was so young, and we moved around a bunch, and I was so young, and it really was kind of my brother's console. He's about 7 or 8 years older than me, and our family had to kind of decide that instead of many Christmas gifts, we would get the one Christmas gift as a family of the console. My brother obviously being the biggest gamer, he was older than us, and then my sister and I were kind of not so much gamers, but that is also where my original love for gameplay at all came from. So it came from Xbox with the original Halo. We played Lord of the Rings. We're a big Lord of the Rings family, so there was the Xbox original game on Halo, Lord of the Rings. I think it was also on PlayStation at the time. No, PlayStation 2. No, it was on the original Xbox. And my sister's favorite game of the original Xbox was the SSX Tricky, the snowboarding game. So she didn't like the games that were like shooter games, or we all played Lord of the Rings, but she really liked and got really good, got all the achievements and all the stickers of that snowboarding game. So my first memory is with Xbox, with all those games, the late nights, all those things. Now there is a little bit of a twist. Now in our family, we were only allowed to watch or play on weekends. So Monday through Friday, no screens, no television, no games. Starting when we got home Friday from school up until early Sunday night was our window to play games. So that was our window to beat the game, to achieve the game, all this different stuff. So a short game, even as short as Halo, the first edition, we were able to make it last a long time. So those are actually some of my best memories, some of my sweetest memories of playing with my big brother, my big sister on the original Xbox.
I love that. That is fantastic.
So good.
For sure.
I will jump in. Andy, just from my small knowledge, Xbox wasn't really big in your house, right? That's not one that you really had.
Not
I know you talked about
PlayStation family.
What's that?
we were a Nintendo.
You're just a Nintendo guy. So I know you love Halo, and I know you love all that. I will say this. For me, I remember when Xbox came out. I was actually in the Air Force at the time when that came out, and I was a PlayStation guy, way ahead of way before even Sony even dropped that. I love PS1, PS2. I was I love Final Fantasy. That I was always kind of logged in there, and then when Xbox came out. I remember, so talking about memories, I remember like a lot of my military friends kind of trying to egg me on. Hey, get this Xbox, man. You could come play online with us and play this Halo game and whatever. And I waited. I waited like maybe, I don't know, 2 or 3 years before I even got my first original Xbox. And I ended up buying it. I ordered it while I was in Iraq, actually stationed. And when I came home, I started playing it, and I didn't tell anybody because I knew they were really good, like 3 years ahead of me on these games, and I could never catch them. And I hated the controller. I just despised the Xbox controller. And that's just because I'm a PlayStation guy. It's like I despise Apple products because I am not an Apple guy. So
you have really some really good taste there.
No,
Kurt.
see, I'm an Xbox and an
and it really I love Xbox games. I just hate the controller. I was like, man, I want to plug in my PlayStation controller here. But so I don't have a ton of memories locked in actually playing it, because once I realized I was not very good at said games, I kind of was like, I kind of backed out. My favorite game, we've already done Xbox. Obviously, aside from the big dog Halo, was The Suffering. And man, I loved playing that game. That is one of the horror games that I actually love.
Talked about that quite a bit.
Yeah, it's crazy. That game's wild. But anyways, not huge on the Xbox side. Don't have a ton of memories with it. I was kind of in the older side of things. But man,
look at this.
hey, by the way, Andy,
this right.
She walked.
I can't see it, but right here it says JP Melendez, because these are my brother's games. So these.
Hey, there you go.
Our original.
Is JP your brother?
As my brother. He'll be on too. He'll be on, I think, after work, so I might have to shout him out.
Dude, I can't wait. This is our That's awesome. Thanks for inviting all your friends. Hey, look, guys, if you're out there, thanks for being here. It's mad respect that anybody would come hang out with us. So, Mr. Expendables says, early Saturday mornings, my brother and I would play. Oh, sorry, that's all over in front of your face. But we would play Battlefront 2 in the darkness of our room before our parents woke up. We'd play Mos Eisley, Jedi, and Sith. I'd always choose Darth Maul. He was OP. Darth Maul is OP. Granger says good night, by the way.
Yeah.
Night, buddy.
Night, buddy. Good night, Granger. Thanks for being here. Yeah, so anyways.
Mos Eisley.
Awesome pick.
That was fun, yeah.
Yeah,
awesome
great
stuff,
pick for
man.
Xbox. Love that. Everything Kirk said. It was, I can't really speak much because I'm an N64 guy, so I'm not going to speak poorly of a
64.
I'm not going to speak poorly of a controller around here.
I mean,
there was like 95.
If Xbox is a bad controller, the Nintendo 64 is.
It's fantastic.
Seventh layer of hell.
No, what are you talking about?
Yeah,
it's
when
like
you learn, it's like
worst.
when you learn stick shift. You know what I mean? Like, it's difficult. I get it. It's whatever. Like later, but when you learn on it,
that is a great analogy.
It's not a big deal.
Shift. No, but learning stick
if the vehicle was made for aliens, like
3 hands.
We're gonna make a controller in the shape of an upside down W.
I love it. Or a right side up M. So that.
Wicked Witch.
Yeah, come on.
Mario.
Wicked Witch.
But yeah, no, I do love the Xbox. I might or might not talk about it later. So that's what I'll say. That's all I'll say right now.
Lance says Castlevania, Lords of Shadow.
That's a good one.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. So
Skylar's up. And by the way, everybody.
Yes.
17 people. Oh, that's my daughter's number. That's awesome. 17 people.
17.
Everybody in the chat, spam happy birthday for Skylar's birthday.
Happy birthday, Adriana.
Happy birthday, Skylar. Woo!
And don't just put HBD. Come on, take some time.
Everybody
spell it
spam
out.
in the chat with happy birthday emojis and all that jazz. All right, Skylar, you're up. you got to tell us your criteria, what you were thinking, and then tell us your fourth favorite memory of all time. And while you're doing that, I got to figure out which one I'm going to do number 4 because I just
it was difficult. I'm with you 100% because I mean our family, my brothers, and my parents, we've been playing games since our entire lives, and it wasn't until thank you so much for the happy birthday wishes.
Yay!
It wasn't until I started dating Adriana that I realized that other people did not play games as much as my family did. Me and my youngest brother were just talking about that. So the criteria for me was it had to be something family related, and it had to be something that was foundational to my inherent inbuilt love for puzzles and games. And number 4, this was really tough because I have so many to go off of, but there was one Christmas, the Gorillaz' first album had just come out. You know, Harry Potter was on the rise. We're in a small German village. It's snow. And I got the Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask, right? So this is my 4. And so we had to have the little holographic action. I don't know. There was just something magical about it. It's basically when I associate growing up in Germany, I'm thinking of Zelda. You know, I'm thinking specifically of these. Playing with my mom, playing with my dad, being on the landline phone, calling another kid in another village, like having to run back and forth from the phone to the TV. It was just, there was something special about it. It's innocent, right? It's innocent. It's like a great game. You know, you got to think, we're talking about memory value. No, we're not talking about game value. That's why this was so hard to put it a 4, but it was definitely.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
I'm 1,000% here for this pick because Ocarina is the best Zelda game that's out there. Majora's Mask, I really enjoy Majora's Mask. I understand that it gets some hate and some love, and you know, you kind of depends who you talk to for that game. But I do enjoy it for sure, and I love the holographic cartridge too. That's always fun. The only problem I have with this pick, and you guys are new to the show, and you'll get this in a minute. You should have saved this for number 2 because number 2 is called our Link for Abraham Lincoln.
Oh yeah.
We always say it's a softball pitch to get
it's been a long time. I've said a lot of links in the last probably 6 months, and it's been a long time since it actually landed on number 2.
Yeah.
I used to strategically go, oh, it's number 2.
I'm gonna put it in number 2. No, but this is a great pick. I do love this pick, and I love that, you know, having that tie, that memory. I just think saying the word landline is immediately gonna throw.
I love everything about that memory. I kind of like walked in memory lane with you. I kind of went back, going back in time. So like the whole village thing really got me, and I was like, you know, when I was a kid, my buddy, he's probably still hanging around. He likes to lurk unless.
Hey, real quick, Kirk, I don't want to interrupt you, but I haven't seen him in a while. PCG is here. Poetically Christian Gamer
PCG.
What is up, man?
Hey, I just want to share this real quick. Let me share this. PCG, thank you. I received the most wonderful card today in the mail. I actually, Andy, was on their 1,000 subscriber monetization, 4,000 hour live, and they were giving out prizes.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
And I won a gift card, and he sent it to me, and I got it today. Thank you, Derek. Congratulations on making it to the monetization. I know how big that is. By the way, guys, if you don't know, PCG stands for Poetically Christian Gamer. He is legally blind pastor, and he plays games to show people, one, if they are Christian enough and how you can avoid those things, and 2, he kind of explains how to do it blind. It's pretty cool in the long run. So with that being said, Derek, thanks for being here. Brandy, thank you as well. We love you guys to death. Man, 20 people in the chat. That's awesome. 21.
Let's go.
I love, by the way, the record is 47. AK-47. If we can get to 48, spam it and invite your friends. I'm eating Bean Boozled tonight.
Come on.
We get the
gotta
48.
Let's get
So
Bane Boozled.
the first,
Yeah.
real quick, the first record we broke was like, I forget what the number was, 30 something. It was in the 30s, and I had a pack of Who Framed Roger Rabbit trading cards from like 1987 that still had the stick of gum in it. So I ate that stick of gum from 1987.
Yum. Yum.
It tastes
Yum.
about like you think a stick of
Chemicals.
gum from 1987 would taste.
And then about 3 weeks later,
Yeah.
we were on the
Broken
way
food.
actually to this convention, Rocket City Retro Fest, which they were on last week, and we were on the way back, and we spiked really high, like the highest we've ever been. It was like 70, but it was like on the short side, so I don't really count it completely. And I'm like, hey, Cannon, you've got some cards. Let's do what Andy did last week, or 2 weeks ago, or 3 weeks ago. Give me a stick of that gum. And on the way home, I'm like chewing like, the turf of a shoe. It was pretty bad.
Have y'all ever seen that dude? I can't think of his name, but he like goes, "This is a Batman cereal from 1980."
Oh,
And
yeah.
he, like, pours a bowl and he eats it.
So,
Yeah.
if it's the same guy, Iowa Retro Gamer Dad, he comes on the show often. He's been, I don't know, maybe 8 times or so. Well, at least prior to him like doing YouTube, that was his favorite YouTuber, and he had him on his show, and he
Hey.
yeah, that dude. If it's the same guy, he just like
So-
look at
it's
this
so
old stuff, and he eats it. It's all crazy. He makes like shirts about it and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome
He, like,
seeing my brother live
Yeah.
talking about gaming. Gabe Gan 8959.
Oh, shout out to my brother over here.
There we
Yeah,
go.
man.
So, yep.
Well,
Brother,
welcome
you're just
in,
showing
bro.
the games you're just showing.
Oh yeah, I gotta. Well, actually, you know what? Gabe wasn't alive yet, but
Sorry, Gabe.
sorry, Gabe.
Sorry.
You were- actually, you were just
But
coming
he
too.
played around.
There they are.
These
There
were-
they
I don't
are.
know if you remember these, Gabe.
Nice.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. So, with that being said, let's jump into another memory.
It's yours, right? It's up to Kirk now.
It is mine, and let me make sure I picked the right one because I did put them in order, at least a try. Yeah. I mean, this one's fun. I briefly touched on it once, right? Briefly touched on it once. So I think ever. So I'll bring that up. But memories. Listen, my favorite. I really believe this. My favorite word in the English dictionary is nostalgia. I just love the idea of nostalgia. I love the feeling of nostalgia. I love just reminiscing on days of old. And, sometimes you just wish you had more time. That's you had more time. That's a quote. Anyways, sometimes you just wish you could go back, right? And listen, not to like bring it up, but I mean, a lot of really famous people have passed away in the last couple of days. And I think about that often. I'm like, man, I saw, and not just famous people. There was a friend of ours from the convention. He's been on once.
Yeah.
He actually asked if he could be on again back in January. I went and looked. He said, next time video games come around, which is this time, this is it right here, let me know if you need anybody. And we really didn't need anybody, unfortunately. I wish I would have reached out to him. He was on his way home from work and had a heart attack and passed away. And he was he was probably your age, Andy. I'm
He's a little older
assuming.
than me, but he's, I think, young 40.
So a little bit in between us. And I just think about like, man, old times, memories. Memories are so important, and I love them to death. And so I wanted to pick things that would remind me of old nostalgia, family, much like Skylar said on the family side. I think that's what we're all going to say. The criteria is going to be pretty close. My first one is someone that I've probably, like I said, only mentioned in a blip. So this is my number 4. I'll go back to about 1982 or 3. I would have probably been about 5 or 6, right? So 83, 84 will probably be in the range because I was born in 78, right? Speaking of that, so I'll be 48 Saturday, right? So I'm thinking this is 44 years ago, so 45 years ago. I remember my grandmother didn't live. She passed away when I was in high school, and I got to go over to her house quite a bit. For whatever reason or another, I just whatever and hanging out. What you do at grandma's. And one day my dad came home from work and he brought home a Atari 2600, and I was glued to it. Pac-Man, Donkey Kong, Pitfall, Berserk, Demon. What is it called? It's the one game I have. Demon Attack. It's right there. Demon Attack. And I had all these games, and I just loved them so much. And but I didn't have a Game Boy, right? So I would pack that thing up. Like I can remember as a kid, like going like into the closet, finding mom's suitcase, right, and just piling everything, putting the cords all in great, putting all the games in there, lining them up. And like zipping that thing up and being like, I'm ready to go to grandma's, and get to grandma's house. She had this old rundown stinky room. This is back in the day when you like everybody's, well, not everybody, but at least everybody in my family smoked, and they smoked in the house, and it just smelled like a bar room. And I remember just sitting in that room for hours, right, at grandma's house playing Pitfall and playing these games. And there isn't many memories that I have at grandma's or even with grandma that doesn't involve that time frame. So a lot of times when I think back, I almost automatically go into that room and then out to see whatever's happening. And it's just a great memory as a kid, like just early on learning how to play these games, the one button joystick, and really, my sisters come into play and do all that, Frogger. So I'm going to go back, man, five years old or so, I don't know, and just really dragging that Atari around. Somebody was on last week or 2 weeks ago, and actually it was Tony, and he was talking about that blue and red Nintendo bag that they have that they often use. It's like, man, I wish I had one of those as a kid. I always drug my stuff. That's the one time I actually talked about it. Drug my stuff in mom's old suitcase. And yeah, man, the memories, that's kind of like the birth of loving video games, and kind of just, I think about grandma in those times. It's really awesome. So my number 4 has to be grandma's house, playing the Atari, dragging stuff around, man.
I love that, man. That is awesome. Something about grandma's house. Actually, there was just a minute ago. Somebody had mentioned something. Anyway, but yeah.
Hey, real quick. Bryce, thanks for asking.
Yeah, that's good.
Bryce, thanks for asking. His name is BJ Bergeron. In Louisiana, we say Bageron. But yeah, Bergeron, and his name's BJ. William BJ Bageron. They actually buried him today. It happened over the weekend. He started what's called Rougarou Con, which is part of Rougarou Fest. He's a part of like a bunch of video game clubs and things that were down here in Louisiana that started. Really good dude. Everybody that posted about him was like, man, this is the nicest guy I ever met. And it's just kind of crazy. Like, just like that, heart attack.
Has 4 kids. I mean, it's
4 kids, wife. They're raising some money for him, or for them. So, yeah, he's such a good dude. He was actually on our show the very first, or maybe going right into the second year.
Yeah.
RetroCon. That's how we met him. And all I remember is we were talking about what's his name actually left early after he dropped the Final Fantasy stuff. So I don't remember what the games were, what we were actually talking. I think maybe PlayStation, maybe.
I don't remember.
Anyways,
exactly. Yeah.
Good dude. Hello there to each and all. Hello there. Welcome in, Isaac. Welcome in, bro. So you guys, any experience with the Atari, the old Atari? I know it's an old system, or grandma's house.
What I'll say real quick about it, and then I'll let you guys add in, is that my grandma did not really have video games. That was not the kind of house that we had there.
Yeah, grandma didn't have video games. She did have a TV, though.
Yeah, right. So what I was going to say is, you've been to this place before, Kirk, but you remember the condo in Gulf Shores that my grandmother...
Oh, the arcade!
the arcade was there, but for the longest time growing up, they had an Atari that they left at that
Oh yeah.
So we would play. That was the only video game. Like when we went with her, it was on the beach. They had Pong and whatever else was on that. Yeah, it was. So I have that slight memory of it, but at that point I was like, I don't want to play the Atari. I mean, it was like 2003 or something. Like what am I? Anyway, but it was. I guess it's the closest I can get to your memory for sure. So
I like.
What do you guys think about the Atari 2600?
So I remember, those old like compilation discs that would be like on the PC. They had like 600 games on them.
Yeah.
Like 2001, and you just have like 600 games. I had an old like Windows 98 computer I could throw on there. What's going on, Ashton?
What's up, Ashton? Ashton was actually, along with Lance, supposed to be on next week, and they did a little switcheroo. They moved back a couple weeks. Ashton, can't wait to have you on, man. And Lance, same with you.
Yeah.
We had these things, and so a lot of them were like Atari games that I was playing on the PC, and it would be like a yellow square, and you would be moving to a blue dot, and like it really just blows my mind, like how much imagination you had to have playing an Atari. Like
that's a good point. Like how much of, but even with that, like I thought you were going to go a different way with it. Like, man, how far have the games come? Right? I mean, like looking at GT5, like, I mean, literally, it looks like it's out on the real beach.
He's been playing Red Dead Redemption 2 for the first time.
Mm-hmm.
And let me just say, like, dungeon crawler from Atari, where you like your little square grabs a key, shaped
like E.T.
Yeah, and then it just drags the key. She's playing Red Dead, and I watched her skin a coyote or something, and I was like, wow. It does that every time. It does that every time.
Yeah. But to that point, and maybe we'll, 10 jewels thrown away by Mr. Painfully.
Wow. Thanks, Mr. Painfully. Thank you.
So what I'll say, and maybe I'll preface this by saying, if we talk about hot takes, maybe this is one I can bring up. I'm sure I can think of another one. I'm not necessarily on the side of the argument that, like, I don't even know if it's an argument. Let me just say it this way.
Ashley.
I want my video games to look like video games. And I don't know what I'm saying. Like, I think it's beautiful, some of the new stuff you see, the Unreal Engine stuff. Like, that's insane what they can do. I don't want mine to be a little cube that's moving on a screen. I want a little bit more. But, like, I still – there's something about, like, it's a little choppy. It's a little blocky. It looks – not real. Like I want that. Otherwise, I would just go walk around outside. Although I would do the things you can do on GTA, and I get that because I'd be in a lot of trouble. But I don't know. I like my video games to look like video games.
I think that's actually a really like an interesting point. The first time we went to Siege, this is like when we just started doing like getting into YouTube and doing stuff. We went to this panel, and they were discussing how modern consoles basically have more computing power than NASA did.
Yeah,
to put a man on the moon, right? And we looked at a Nintendo, and it's got like what kilobytes of RAM? Like it's very limited, right? But what it was is that the hardware constraints. If you wanted to make a good game, in order to fit your vision into this hardware, you had to be creative, right? Yeah. And so now what we see in modern gaming, at least in my opinion, is that we have these beautiful looking like pieces of art that are soulless, like they're empty. Yeah. So it's like it is flip-flopped. It's where before it looked like a little 8-bit, 16-bit cartoon character that you fall in love with over a story, and now you have like it looks like a human being, and there's nothing behind it.
That's crazy cool take. I often go across I say the street, but it's really where I'm a teacher, and the STEM teacher is right across the wooden deck from us. So there's like a wooden deck between us. And I usually go over there and hang out while we're eating lunch or something. And he's always, it's the STEM teacher. So he's usually always watching some like tech thing or something about a car or whatever. And he's been into like watching all these AI robots and get trained and all this other crazy business. And I just had this crazy thought today as I was sitting there. I was like, can you imagine everything that is available now for us was available back 2,000 years ago. We just hadn't figured it out yet, right?
Yeah.
Can you imagine if like there was just this one like brainiac kid with, you know, autism or something that just shows up and is like, hey, I figured this thing out, and like video games started like 2,000 years ago or 1,000 years ago or whatever, like what the world would look like today, because like what the world has looked like in the last 10, 15, 50, 100 years is so drastically different than the like previous 1,000, right? I was like, can you imagine if like technology would have just birthed a little sooner or a lot sooner, like what it would look like today? That's just wild to me.
Imagine caveman paintings of them like playing like the Switch or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we go to East Africa, and their like game that they have was like, we're gonna put a rock on this rock, and we're gonna throw something at it.
I love it. It's like that. So in Argentina, when I go to the villages in Argentina, it's like we had kids playing soccer ball. They didn't even have a soccer ball. They had a crushed Coke can, and they used that as soccer. It was like they're totally fine with it.
And that game was probably heated.
Yeah,
it was epic. And they would have smoked me in it if I had.
I actually tell the story to my, you know, because I coach baseball, to the kids that like the Dominican kids, they hit bottle caps. Mm-hmm. And I was like, you want to know why the Dominicans are so good, man? They don't have all this oven mitts and things that you guys want are $100. They're out there throwing bottle caps at each other, hitting it with broomsticks, and that's all they get. And like catching balls with like cardboard and jazz. Yeah. You guys are like playing on your VR, and that's why, you know.
Quick shout out to my grandmother, who's on here. All right, so listen to me. Listen to this. My Nana is she's a daughter of a pastor, right? And so she was very much against like any kind of violence in video games, any kind of like, you know, any kind of Grand Theft Auto. But we got her PS2 and we got her Vice City, and
guess who commits the most crime?
And she would just drive around and like she'd be like, that person was hurting that person, so I went ahead and fixed that, you know. she's like 4 foot tall.
She really is. She's a tiny little.
What you doing, Nana? Lady. She's like, I'm beating up bad people. You know,
I love that.
So I hit him back.
Yeah.
I love that so much. I just imagine her driving on GTA and stopping at the red light. You know what I mean?
That's
like
real. That is totally real.
She obeys all traffic laws in game.
I don't want to tailgate. Give a couple seconds.
Yeah. Why is he on my back?
That's so good. That's so good. Well, shout out to Grandma for that. That's awesome.
Yeah, Nana.
And also,
a
lot of Grandma talk right now. Real quick, Isaac, just shout out. Very fond memory I have is at my grandma's place. Super Nintendo, Stunt Race, FX, Super Buster Bros, Porky Pig's Haunted Holiday. They would play every visit. That is awesome. What a memory right there. I love it. Nana's a gangster. I just heard it. So.
Yeah.
Gangsta. All right. Andy, you're up. We're going to get to Joe Rogan if you don't go.
Yeah, I know. We're almost to an hour, and we're not even looking but, you know, it is what it is.
That's the, you know, the key is, like, when we talk about something that is very, very like, personal, we do talk a lot more. So, you got to.
For sure. So
you're up.
I'm going to go into mine. So, criteria, I mean, I'm not really going to be much different than anybody else. I'm not reinventing the wheel here. It's a memory that I have that involves gaming. I mean, I don't know what else to say, how to make it simpler. They're just core memories. Like when I think about, you know, so video gaming, I really do love video games. I think they're fantastic. They're fun. I am nowhere near the expert that many of the people who are here tonight, who ever joined the show, like I would be bottom tier in that level. I enjoy it thoroughly though. We'll talk that will change a little bit in the next 2 months when we talk music, because music is where I nerd out more than anything. But when it comes to that, though, I thought about like the games that made, or like not just necessarily the games, but the memories that made me the person that I am, and that are just like almost like things where kids today wouldn't understand this. Like this wouldn't make sense. This is a foreign concept to Gen Z, millennial, or whatever, not millennials, Gen Alpha, whatever it is now. Gen Beta, I think, is what we're getting into too. So anyway, so at my number 4, these are my Rosie, kind of like you, Kirk. Outside of my George, really, there was no order that I had in this. These are just memories that bring up a lot of nostalgia therapy, like we like to talk about. And my Rosie was probably the cause for many of us as children to have neck and back problems. And I'm talking about video game demo stations at stores.
Dude,
I'm talking Walmart. I'm talking Toys R Us. I'm talking. Why was the screen? Why were you literally? It's like sitting at the theater on the front row, right? The worst spot in the house, but that's where you're at, completely up, playing the demo of whatever game is there. Super fun. It's sad that we don't see that anymore, but I mean, I get that video games evolve and the things change, and maybe we see it in pockets and things here and there, but man, they were all over the place. Not just at stores, but Kirk, I shared it when we talked about collectibles. At freaking McDonald's, we had N64 stations, right? We had these different things set up for us to play these games. So it was the demos of the games, the stations that they would put up in different places for us to play. What a core memory. I'm 37, so born in 89. It's kind of that, I'm a 90s and 2000s kid. And we had that like crazy. We had it all over the place. But yeah, I'm going to go video game demos in stores. And Mr. Painfully, thank you again. 2 more jewels. How about that?
Wow.
Thank you so much. But yeah, I'm going to go with the video game demos. Also kind of looped in that, maybe veteran move, because I am speaking specifically of the stations. But I can't tell you how many demo discs or demo games that I had growing up. I remember one in particular on the PlayStation that I had Madden, whatever year it was, 2002 or something like that, and you can only play the first quarter, and it was the Giants versus the Ravens. I can't tell you how many times I played that demo. I had a demo of Tomb Raider. I had a demo, all these different little you could play a little portion of the game. So I'm going to go video game demos just in general.
That's good.
That's a good one.
Hey, so
Really good one.
Look at those. Look at those.
You mean something like this?
Like these.
Hey, so yeah, these are all the demo discs that I got from PlayStation, whether it was PlayStation Magazine or wherever. But yeah, demos were so awesome. Like this one's unopened. I don't even know why. Probably because I didn't want to play it. But yeah, like so many demos. I remember playing demos like crazy. One of my favorite demos, the original PlayStation, the very original PlayStation was Parappa the Rappa. And I played that demo forever. And did I say love? We're love. Live.
Tony.
Anyways, I'm here, Sky Guy. Hey, Tony.
What's up, Tony?
Sky Guy, that's cute.
I
Hey,
think I
Tony.
know who that
Welcome
Just
in.
don't call me late for dinner. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I can't keep up with all these cool family members jumping in here. Got to throw some.
Look, there he is. There he is.
There he is.
Hey, you guys,
you are love. I mean,
You are love.
live. Yes,
You
we're
are
live
love.
from the studio audience. Comes in Geek Devotions. Hey, speaking of Geek Devotions, meet our friends Retro Vault. You guys would connect really good, I think, man. They're also love the Lord and love serving, man. So
Yeah.
The
Geek
whole
Devotions
premise of our
is
channel.
one of our biggest inspirations on the side of things where we started doing Nerd in the Word.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Hello, Retro
Our
Vault.
channel literally is to help fund our mission trips
Yeah.
and to help give us like the reason we're doing this, like at its core, is to spread the gospel and to basically develop a way to get income to where we have access to people in the States, but also allows us to be on the mission field in a more flexible capacity.
I love
Yeah,
that.
we're going to
Isn't that
Tanzania
awesome?
this January. We go at least once a year. I've been in partnership with this ministry since I was 17 years old, so a long time. I'm
Come on
29 now, and he came with me, and that's actually where we got engaged, in Tanzania, and we've been doing mission trips together for a long time, and some of our friends. Ashley's been with us. She's here, and that's what we want to do. That's what we want to
Dead
do.
Rising. Nice.
That is awesome. So Gabe in the house, Geek Devotions in the house, Ashley's here. Thank you guys for hanging out. Andy, I love this pick, demo disc. Do you guys love demos though? Demo day.
Harrow rapper. When you said that, I could literally be like onion.
Kick, punch, it's all in the mind. If you want to go,
Yeah, dude.
yeah. That was the demo. Like I only played that portion like
That's the
over
only
and
thing I
over
ever
1,000
played with
times.
that game.
Yeah, dude, that's
Yeah,
so
and
fun.
Which one did that
Oh,
have?
man, you just subbed to the Retro Vault. Thanks, man.
Yeah, Isaac, awesome man. Isaac's a great guy.
Rhino riding vlog coming soon from Skylar and Adriana.
Live from on top of a rhino.
That would be dope.
Oh my gosh. Let's do it.
Yeah. So,
That's awesome, man. Yeah.
Those are more dangerous.
well, look, let's jump in. Demo discs. Let's jump in. Adriana, you're up.
Yes, sir.
Back to
And
you.
you are going to talk about TJ Jazzy Jeff, our fun friend, Thomas Jefferson. What's your number 3 favorite of all time?
My number 3, TJ Jazzy Jeff, is, I'm kind of going in order, is, and I'm doing consoles, it's my Game Boy Color. So as I mentioned, the Xbox was the family console, but the Game Boy Color, this Game Boy Color, was my first personal console. So this allowed me to detach and have my own. I didn't have to fight anymore. I didn't have to fight my brother. I didn't have to fight my sister anymore for my time in console. And also, I could hide this under my pillow, even though I was supposed to be asleep.
That's what I'm talking
And I could play this
So devious.
and have like a little. I mean, I can't tell you how many flashlights I had as a kid. I really thought that we grew up in Puerto Rico. There was hurricanes all the time. Something got inside me where I always needed to have flashlights and canned food in my room. And so I got to play my Game Boy Color. I mean, and this is, let me see if we can even get it to. Is it gonna go? Nope. I don't think we can hear it.
Turn on! Come
I don't know
on!
if we can hear it, but that beautiful sound, we made a whole video about it. Maybe I turned it in
I do
the
love
wrong
the
direction. Oh, I put it in the wrong direction, yeah.
Man, that is so awesome. Isaac says, I used to hide my DS under my pillow.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And then look, coming in hot. Adria is so me with Nintendo DS under the pillow.
Yeah,
LOL.
Noel.
Yeah.
But that's me.
Yeah.
That's my number 3. Those are my memories. I got to have my own gaming device. I got to detach from the big brother, big sister. I was the youngest of 3. The Game Boy Color.
Hey, let me shout this out. I didn't shout this out earlier. MG589559. Hey, thanks for being here.
Actually. She said my brother hooked up his Game Boy up to the karaoke machine and played it that way. That is amazing.
What? See, and there's a sentence like I'm saying. Kids today just don't
They
get
don't get
like
it.
that
They don't
doesn't
get it.
process in our brain. What does that
Ashley
even mean?
also grew up in a household of 19 children. She is one of the adopted daughters of 19 children. So they probably had to fight for everything.
You had to
I don't
hook up
know
to
if
whatever
Ashley
you could.
ever got her own console.
You had to hook up to whatever. It doesn't. It's a karaoke machine. We're gonna hook up to it. We're gonna figure it out. No, that's great. That's awesome. So to that Game Boy point, I remember playing the Game Boy like that, and the struggle was always lighting, obviously, right?
Yes.
And then when it became backlit, but then remember the attachments? Like you'd have the flashlight that was the Game Boy like licensed one that would attach to it. Yeah.
6, 7, all the jewels. Thanks, Clay.
There it is. There it is.
There it is. Hey, man, I love this. I never had I had a Game Boy, I had a DS, and I had an Advance. But I didn't have them as a young person. I actually had them as an older person. I bought the DS in the Advance to kind of travel, of course. Like when I was in the military, I kept going all these places. I wanted to get a couple things. But my original Game Boy, man, you had to carry a whole suitcase full of batteries for that junk.
Yep.
And then I love that. That's a whole memory in itself.
Right here.
Real one. That's
when
real.
you're in the car with your parents and you would only get it when the light would come by. You're like,
Oh, or you would buy like the magnifier with the light and extra rotation, the battery pack, whatever.
That was Richie Rich in the neighborhood. Not all of us had that. That was like the dude who's like, come on, man. Really? You can get
I remember I bought, it was like a third-party thing like that, right? And it lasted for like 2 days.
I was just thinking that. I was thinking that Geek Devotion.
It lasted for like 2 days. It didn't even...
Yeah.
Sir, you needed a suitcase for battery... Wait.
Suitcase of batteries for the Game Gear. You're right.
Yeah.
You needed a generator. Like diesel.
You needed to crank it like that.
And it was to play games like Lawnmower Man.
I don't know what happened to my Game Gear. I had one when I moved here, and it has disappeared.
I think I only ever played Sonic 2 on Game Gear and probably Tetris.
The only game I had was Columns.
Or Columns. There's one. Yeah.
I still have Columns. 6, 7, 6, 7. We're going to do that all night, huh? 6, 7.
I'm here for it.
Here for it.
Way to go, Clay. Look at that, 6, 7. Do it 67 times. How about that?
So many jewels.
What do we do with all these jewels?
Hey, speaking of that, do you have a happy birthday one you can send? Send a happy birthday one. Played Sonic on Game Gear. Yeah. All right. Well, this is cool. Game Boy Color, right? Under the pillow, sneaking it late night. Yeah, that whole jazz. You know what I used to do late night when I was a little kid was I watched Arsenio Hall without my.
Oh my gosh! Yeah.
And then after Arsenio Hall came on Star Trek Next Generation. My parents were like, "Go to bed, turn that off." Yeah, man.
Kevin Castro says happy
Kevin,
birthday.
shout out, happy
Thank you,
birthday.
Kevin.
Yep, Skylar's birthday. You make some money on Duracell stock back in the day. You could. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. All right.
Well,
birthday
Skylar, what's your fave? Number 3.
Okay. Number 3. Let me set the scene for you real quick. I told my Nana that I was like, hey, they're calling you a gangster in the chat. And she texted me back, yes, I am.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about, Nana.
With a heart emoji. I said, okay, Nana, right on.
That confirms it. My grandma would have been like, what's a gangsta?
Oh, she knows.
Yeah, she knows. Okay, so I'm 8 years old. No, I'm 10. 9/11 had just happened. We're still inside the village. PS2 had been out for a period of time.
His father was Air Force, so they lived on base.
No, this is when we lived off base.
Off base, but in Germany. That's why they're there.
And so he was with his dad, my papa, and they got me the PlayStation. I got it for Christmas. Super excited. And my granddad got me this game, and he asked the guy when he bought it. He goes, "Listen, I don't know anything about this stuff. Is this something that a 10-year-old can play?" And the guy was like, "I guess, yeah. But here is a strategy guide to go with it." And I got Jimmy Neutron, the movie, on my PS2.
Come on.
Which was the first time I could watch movies on my own TV in my room. It was incredible, life-changing moment. But it also came with Final Fantasy X. This game just essentially just changed my life.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, this is, as far as the storytelling goes,
Little waka ball.
I don't know another game that matches the just the unique storytelling of this. And every time I think of this, this is the soundtrack of this. The music from this game played at our wedding. Like, we had a pianist that played the Two Xanarkin theme for when all the groomsmen came down. It's just such an integral part of my life and who I am. And honestly, this is number 3. It's such a great game.
We had a lot of video games.
Andy is here for it. He is here for it. Dude, what I love the most about this game is the Blitzball. Dude.
Blitzball?
Yeah.
Dude, so much fun in a Final Fantasy game. It's like, Andy, you would like Blitzball. Let me tell you why. It's not all the other things that have to do with what you hate about RPGs.
1,000 jewels.
Whoa, Clay, go trophy.
Dropping 1,000 jewels.
1,000. Thank you, Clay. Thank you for being here.
I'd so love the love and the jewels. I don't know what jewels are. So
those are just other ways to send love financially.
That's awesome. Thank you guys so much for doing that.
Instead of sending like a $10 bill, they send jewels. That's kind of what it is.
Precious
here,
jewels.
appreciate it, y'all.
I wonder if that's
But anyways, I was gonna say, Andy, you would love this because it has nothing to do with any of the things you hate about role-playing games, and it has everything that you love about sports games. It's a sport in the game, kind of like you've seen Harry Potter. It's kind of like Quidditch.
Is it?
It's kind of like that. It's kind of like their own version, but it's underwater polo. Basically, it's like underwater, like you're swimming with the ball and you like spike it and kick it, and it's fun. You would love to play
your turn. You don't have to attack. And then
no. You actually swim with it.
It's live action.
Yeah, it's live action. It's like playing. It's like playing a soccer game on or whatever, but it's underwater like swimming.
Well, hey, I'm glad you guys love it. I am so good.
Rosie seeing Mortal Kombat Arcade in Pizza Hut for the first time.
Pizza Hut.
Jefferson getting Mario 64 game. 64.
There's something about the stained glass of Pizza Hut, the arcade,
the chandelier,
the red cup, the brick wall. It's just you'll never.
Hey, we didn't say hello because y'all were talking, but hi, Kevin, over on the Facebook side. And also, hello, Bud Files. Good to see you.
Hey, Bud Files is in the house. What's up, man?
We love you, man. Thanks for being here. He always shows up. And hello, Jared. Tell us where you found us, where you guys from, all those things. If you're friends of our friends and our friends, say hello and shout them out too.
Hey, real quick,
thanks for being here.
I do want to shout this one out because he said Stuart Little best one, but I do appreciate this. Tagging the Power of Juju.
Yeah.
Oh, not tagging the Power of Juju.
What a fan. I didn't even learn about that game until who did we have on? We had somebody on and she mentioned it as like a game or whatever. And
it was Crybaby Games?
Yes. So Crybaby Games mentioned it. I was like, oh, that sounds like a fun game. And so I got Kevin to add it to my system here whenever he re-upped it.
Oh, really?
Fun. It's fun.
I do think we need a shout out to Mr. Painfully, who's that Attack of the Power Juju.
That's my partner.
That's who we have our store with. That's who.
Come on. That's awesome.
With. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
I couldn't do what I do without Bryce. Ashley Shoemaker's one of our oldest supporters. Just a quick shout out to her.
We love. Orange Shoe Kid.
Yeah.
In the house. Best video game memory was getting a Super Nintendo for Christmas. My parents made a scavenger hunt. I love those. And the system was under the bathroom sink.
Oh, that's great.
Awesome.
That's a great idea.
That's great. Tack and the Great Juju Challenge.
Yes.
Me and my brother spent hours on that game. Great co-op battle. Hey, the Lollygaggers are here. What's up, Gans?
Yes.
Much love, broski. Hey, look. First off, a lot of new folks here. Let me do this one more time, really quick for you guys, and just kind of announce who we are.
I love it.
Hey, so
We're all doing it.
welcome to the Summit Squad. The Summit Squad is basically our community. It's basically our community and our community of friends, and we appreciate all of you guys for joining in. 6-7 being dropped all over.
Wow.
Have to do it every time.
Thank you for dropping that. Hey,
I didn't mention that, Skylar. We do contractually have to do that every time.
As an elementary teacher, I have to do it every time I say it. Yeah,
But,
I've taught them well.
Andy,
Thank you for being here. We're going through our mountains. We just finished. We're in the middle of our second round. And I love that you guys are spamming the jewels. That's so awesome. That all goes to help us get to other conventions and hopefully preach the gospel. Our next one we'll be talking about in a second. So thank you.
Adriana, you were going to say something?
Yeah. Well, while Lollygaggers are here, because that's actually my pastor.
Hey!
Lollygaggers!
Show up, kind of, Andy, you're a next-gen pastor, right, in South
Louisiana.
Yep. And Kurt,
in the bayou.
So here, I'll take the quick story for all the friends in the chat, because I know if they're following you guys, they're probably on the same wavelength. So I got saved about 2011, went to school, and I was immediately gifted the generation pastorship of the church that I got saved in, and hung out there for a while. Andy walks in carrying a baby. That baby's now like 10. How old's
12.
Millie's 12.
No, Millie's, well, Zoe's 12. Millie's
It
not.
was Millie.
Yeah, Millie's not.
I think Zoe was walking at that point. Anyways, and basically got to know him through fantasy football and a couple other things. I found out that he was a teacher and he taught softball, or he coached softball at his school. And that school was a part of our youth outreach area. And I said, hey, I love softball. I hear you're a drummer. I need a worship team. Will you come and drum for me on Wednesday nights and help lead with me? And I will come and help be your assistant coach for softball. And it was a 1-for-1 change. And then about 3 years later, I felt the call to move to Atlanta as a missionary. And so I work in Atlanta doing homeless and sex trafficking for the Atlanta Dream Center / Frontline Response. Did that for a while. And then Andy, being one of my high leaders, in the inner circle, he was like my John. He ended up taking the
rested
job.
on his bosom quite a bit.
He took the job. And the funny thing is, I was a pastor and left to be a missionary. Andy was a teacher, came to be a pastor. And now I'm a teacher in health and physical education, which Andy actually went to school for that. So that's hilarious. So that's all of that. That's how that happened. And then that's why we launched or started Reboot Ministry, which we'll talk about in a second.
Yeah.
So for all the ones that are still hanging out before your pastor left and everybody, that's kind of who we are. I'm here, brother, says the almighty elk.
Yes.
He also has a glorious beard. He was calling out your beard.
Yes.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Well,
Well, yeah, Andy usually has a glorious beard, but he actually gave it away. Andy gave away his beard for $3,500 towards missions.
It's a pretty good deal.
It was worth it. All right, let's get into this. Six, seven,
We're
six,
definitely,
seven,
Joe,
six,
we're
seven,
coming
six, seven,
for you,
six,
Joe
seven.
Rogan.
Yeah. All right. Who's up?
We are now to Kirk.
Is it me?
We're getting Final Fantasy. Yep, Kirk now.
Yeah.
It's me. Hey, look, this is. I'll make it real quick. To kind of catch up. Hey. All about memories. There's only one person in the world that I have the best memories with, and I've mentioned this several times over the course of this the Rushmore Show, but and almost a Crushmore, which is when you match with Adriana there. My favorite thing was getting that first Game Boy. I was kind of alluding to it with the bricks and the batteries. But it's the original Game Boy is the only video game that I ever had an opportunity to share or play with my father. My dad did not play video games. He actually had a couple like poker or like slot machine like handhelds that he would play quite a bit. But when we got that Game Boy, he fell in love with Tetris and just playing Tetris with my dad. I remember like kind of getting up on the recliner with him while he was playing and just kind of playing that. One of my most fond memories as a kid, something, 80s Goonies or something like that playing in the background, us sitting in the recliner, just all kind of whatever, and him kind of trying to play Game Boy. And one of the main things I loved, because I was more of a gamer than him, obviously, was that I actually kind of taught him, or I got to teach him, like, no, put it over there. And where, like, there's not many things I got to teach him about. So, number 3, my Peter Jesse Jeff would be hanging out with Dad, playing the Game Boy, man.
I love that. That is great. You've shared that before for sure. So my dad was also not a video gamer, and I shared this when we did handhelds. The game my dad loved was the
Armor Bunny says, "Happy birthday, big dog!" Yeah, man.
Bro.
Yeah, so we did the bass fishing, and then my dad also did play the Game Boy. I think it's a dad thing to play Game Boys, I guess. And we played, and I brought it up in my Game Boy games. And when I repurchased the Game Boy to relive it, I had to buy this game. It's a horrible game.
Oh yeah,
The Adventures of Rocky and Bullwinkle. It's For whatever reason, I remember playing that with my dad, and it's absolutely a terrible game. So, but
oh, hey. So I feel like this is a dig. One of my favorite gaming moments is watching Skylar run and jump over and over.
Yeah. So something that I've learned is in every game, and Elk likes to point it out on my stream, is that usually most problems are solved with running and jumping. I was playing Overblood, and it was tank controls, and you had to jump. It was impossible. It took me like 40 minutes to jump. I couldn't do it. And he said him and his pregnant wife were just having a conniption fit in the grocery store watching me try to run and jump. So.
Yep.
Come on! Do it!
Yeah.
Hey, look, real quick, 28 of you in the house. Before you leave, make sure you drop your top 4, hit the like button, and if you love what we're doing, we're actually going into music next week. We do music for a little bit, then movies and TV, then back to video games. If you love it, come hang out with us more often, not just when your friends are here. Hit the subscribe, and then you'll be able to find all that out. Cool. I love that, running and jumping. That's hilarious. But did you guys ever play video games with your parents?
Oh, yeah.
That was his whole life. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And so this is the one opportunity. So you mentioned it early on, talking about like dad or whatever, like your family when you were in the village and stuff. And I was thinking, man, mine wasn't in the village, but I just in the living room. And just for this one brief moment of time, playing this game with my dad was just, it's kind of surreal. Because my dad was like a iron worker, if you will. He worked in an aluminum plant, and just a hard-nosed guy, just a really good dude. And video games was not his jam. He worked shift work, but playing this, was awesome. Just kind of hanging out with him. So, anyways,
you guys
fun
have
times.
a Twitch. Dallas is asking about it. I don't know if you can put that in the comment. That's on Twitch.
We live stream on YouTube.
Not yet. I'm still
YouTube.
piecing it together.
Kind of like
Gotcha. Yo, there you go. There's your answer, Dallas. You got to find them on the red space. On YouTube.
They're just on the red.
We're coming.
No purple. You got that.
We're trying.
You got any blue? You Facebook,
pink,
Instagram. They're on the Instagram. The other red. They're on the other red.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, man, that's awesome. That is so awesome. Andy.
Yeah.
You want to get us halfway?
My next, well, yeah. So my next one, I'll be pretty quick, but I spent a ton of time doing this.
This is hilarious.
This core memory.
Yes,
my brother tried to teach my mom Worms 3D. Yeah. So anyway, so my TJ Jazzy Jeff. I loved wrestling games growing up. I loved playing wrestling games from when I was a kid. I remember the arcade WrestleMania game. The N64 stuff. I loved all wrestling games. But there's a specific core memory that I have tied to some of these wrestling games, specifically on the PS2 kind of era of wrestling games. So it was on multiple of them. But I remember a core memory of mine with games was I would go to the internet. And let me just wrap this up in the broad scheme here. My memory is customizing wrestling wrestlers.
Oh, dude, I love that.
Now,
what?
I probably spent more time customizing wrestlers than actually wrestling in a wrestling
Oh
game.
my gosh.
Later, Dallas. We love you, bro.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Love
bro.
it, man. So, but I spent more time customizing my wrestlers, but not just making me. In fact, I probably didn't even really make myself more than a handful of times. There were forums. I would go online to these different fan forums where they would say, how do you change all the attributes and the appearance to make Homer Simpson, to make whatever, to make Doug, to make all of these random characters, to make Bill Clinton? I don't know, and I would it would be meticulous of these are how you have to make his waist size and all these different things. Here's the move sets you want to do. Here's all this stuff. And I would spend so much time editing these characters and making these comic book characters or these cartoon people in my wrestling games. I loved it so much. And again, it was fan forums that I would go to.
Dude, the chat is
so much
flying.
time. There would be so much time that I spent customizing my wrestlers. I hardly ever wrestled with them. I just customized them. It was great. So that's going to be my
Dude,
TJ Jesse.
I will say this. You reminded me of two things. One, I never actually went to the forums and did that, but I loved, like, I always wanted to try and design the most BA, right? Fill in the blanks. Dude, right? He had to have the most tattoos. He had to have the most chains, the craziest mask, face paint, whatever. Just always had to be really cool, and then give him the cool music and all that stuff. And dude, I would only wrestle with those guys ever. But what else I thought about was, you remember when the Wii first came out and you could customize your Mii, and you would take like the eyebrows and like tilt them in and then like put them on the chin and then do all kinds of stuff, and then you would like make like Shrek. Like, dude, it was some of the forums of doing the Mii's were
let
like,
me just tell you for a second about that. Kirk, I sent you a picture the other day. But we have staff meeting at church on Tuesdays.
Yeah.
And we just moved into this new building, and we have our big LED screen in the main auditorium and everything. And with the move, there's a lot of stress that goes. Obviously, working like 12-hour days for 2 months straight is just, it's crazy. So it gets a little hectic, and people kind of get aggravated, right? It just happens. We're humans, right? So our pastor realized that, and on our staff notes, he said, "Staff meeting will be abbreviated today. Let's have some fun." And that's all he said.
Fun.
And we didn't know until we got there, but we had a Wii bowling competition with the staff this past Tuesday.
That's a good morale booster.
But it was fantastic. But our pastor's son, before this, made a Mii for everybody on staff.
Oh, that's
so we all have our own Mii in there. And speaking of me, there's and where we all have it. Man, it's just super fun. But customizing characters, just a ton of fun. Just a ton of fun. I don't know what's going on with Kirk's camera over there.
Nothing. I'll be right back.
Yeah. Okay. You guys, did you play wrestling games? Did you customize characters? How do we feel about that?
Celebrity Deathmatch.
Yeah. Come on now.
Yeah, Celebrity Deathmatch. Couldn't customize. And if I do customize characters, like I used to play the golf games or wrestling, I always made them into like mutants.
Yeah. Not for sure. I do it with Tony Hawk's Pro Skater too. I mean, any game where I could like create a character, football. I mean, Madden games, whatever. Any of that kind of stuff.
I was not making Chuck Norris.
No.
I don't want to imagine what the fights were at Armor Bunny's house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't want to imagine those fights.
It was
crazy. One of the things at the store that really just kind of blows my mind all the time is wrestling games.
People love wrestling games.
And it's always the most unsuspecting people. Like,
yeah.
Like 90-pound,
yeah,
18-year-old girl comes up. She's like, "You guys have any wrestling games?"
I was a big wrestling fan in the 90s and early 2000s. There was a short window of time. So I love a certain era of like WWE, WWF, Stone Cold. I mean,
okay. So we're on the same page.
A lot of the action figures. I got the guys here. He is right here. I got Stone Cold right here. I mean, I got our guys, and the best is Undertaker, but that was my guy. But anyway, so I watched it for a short amount of time there. But man, playing those games just was an absolute blast. So, and then customizing and you could make yourself in it, and you felt like you were a part of it. So, I was all about it, man.
I love wrestling. My dad was a big fan.
You know who's not a big fan of posting wrestling content is WWE. We found that out. They will take your videos down.
They hate when we talk about wrestling.
Well, we can talk
about it, but like show their stuff.
Show a picture of Shawn Michaels. I mean, can't be monetized. It's crazy.
Wow.
That's old Vince, I guess. But anyway,
he wants all the nickels.
Yeah, give me them nickels and dimes.
Yeah.
So
here comes the money.
Hey, so where are we at?
We finished. We're halfway.
We're halfway.
We're halfway.
We're halfway there. All right. So halftime. Anyways, let's chat about our friends.
I love talking about friends.
Let's talk about our friends. Number one, Geek Devotions was here, so let's share that for everybody so they can see what that's about. Bryce was here. Let's share that. Let's talk about Bryce. And Bryce is like a mutual friend of the fam. So we'll talk about that, and then we'll talk about our coffee. But before we do any of that, let's talk about the next convention. The next convention that we're doing is Peloton. That is in like a month, less than a month. And that's a Saturday only over in Baton Rouge area, Gonzales area, Denham Springs area. It's over there in the southern Louisiana. That's amazing. Andy will be preaching, and you told me it's Marvel, I think. Marvel?
Well, it's kind of loosely based on Captain America, but free.
Johnny Garcia's in the house. He'll be on the show.
Oh, what's up, Johnny?
Johnny will be on the show in the future.
The brief just synopsis of what I'm talking about, because it's celebrating America's 250th. It's kind of bringing in the Captain America side of it too, patriotism and all that stuff. I'm going to be preaching on how the truth will set you free. So that is what we're talking about.
It's good stuff. Hey, and I do want to share, Andy, I did drop, if you could pull it up, I did drop today's devotional. We are caught up. We dropped week 35 today, week 35 of the devotional for the video game devotional. It is free on our website. This is our website, rushmorereboot.weebly.com. You can see our origin story, talk about what we are and who we are. You can talk about our ministry, which is on the ministry page, which is Reboot. There it is. We preach at all the conventions. You can drop a prayer request right there at any time, real time. It comes to our phone. Stop right there. That's this. Cool. This is in Retrovolt. You guys, I think I've talked about you guys being in here. Yeah, I don't know if it's already happened. Let's see, because I do have a backlog of some people I need to get in here. Nope, not yet, but we will. Reformed Gamers is the last R, and then to Satellite. So we'll get Retrovolt up in here. But this is the Coalition of Christian Creators Directory. Essentially, it's 140 plus, 150. And I have a backlog probably of about another 25 more that need to go in here. Pretty soon we'll break 200. But essentially, this is a kind of a catalog that that I can give.
Check that out. Ashley would love that.
Oh, what's up? Bobby Umkwe.
Yeah.
Hey, Dad.
Hector here for the jokes. What's up, Hector? I guess that's Dad.
No.
Welcome, Dad. And Ashley says, "Wow, nice website." Hey, look, I did that all free on Weebly. It's free. So, anyways,
my dad is a pastor as well.
Oh well, Hector, Mr. Hector, Pastor Hector.
We will definitely pray for you, Armor Bunny.
Yeah, Armor Bunny just put the prayer request in there.
I could use is hoping my mom. Listen, pause. Let's pray for Ashley. Or is that Ashley? Armor Bunny?
Armor Bunny.
Yeah. We'll pray for Armor Bunny. Lord, we just come right now for Armor Bunny and what they've posted. They said that they were praying that mom shows up this weekend. Lord, that we cannot do anything without you. It's all through you and because of you. And Lord, right now, divinely appoint some steps and at least break down some walls and anything that needs to happen in order to get connection this weekend. We will absolutely pray for Armor Bunny and anybody else in the chat that has a prayer request. Lord, we just love you. Thank you for dying on the cross, but more importantly, thank you for rising off of it. In Jesus' name, amen. Armor Bunny, let us know, man. Man, woman.
Man and his wife, they just had a baby recently.
Awesome.
They're actually our neighbor. I won't shout out their name for privacy's sake.
That's cool.
Neighbor, they're great people.
Yeah, so let us know if that happens.
Look, Nightbot's yelling at your dad. Sorry, Nightbot gets a little bit feisty.
Nightbot's a little silly. Hey, so the directory, though, when we go to these conventions, I usually have about 15, 20 of these. I didn't have any at Siege because, honestly, it was like last minute that we found out we were able to do it, like within like a week. And it was over the summer. And I usually print it in my room and at school. And by the time that happened, I didn't have enough ink here or whatever. I was like, dude, I'm not going to be able to print any. But usually if you find me in my book bag, I have a bunch of these. But you can also download it for free right here on the website. Now, if you're looking on your phone and you go to this, it looks just like a download tab. It does not show that. You have to go to the actual desktop to see it, or laptop. And then also, one last thing, Andy, flip one over. If they're impressed with that, how about being impressed with some other stuff? So we actually, Reboot 365 is a devotional book that I am writing. I'm on day 245, as you can see. And we dropped Metroid today. I dropped this whole week today. And you can go and we do the geekery, we do the gospel, and we give you some things to kind of talk over with your family, your kids. Level Up Challenge, the Warp Zone, and the prayer. So this is the one before, which is Louise, and that's, yeah. So go check that out. That's completely free. Once we get to 365, hopefully we'll be able to print it and have those at our booth as well to give away for free and sell. And then Andy is writing this one because he's a metal drummer, and he's writing a Bible is Metal 31 day or 30 day. I don't know. Is it 30 or 31?
31. We're going to make
31 day devotional. And why Bible is Metal? What is that all about?
Well, as a youth pastor, I got tired of hearing the Bible is boring. I said it's actually pretty metal. So as a metalhead, there's a lot of stories in the Bible, both the Old Testament and New Testament, that are really just metal. So I wanted to highlight those, write a devotional on that. I have day ones posted here. That is Elijah versus Baal's prophets bringing fire down from heaven, super metal. But anyway, so it gives you kind of the scripture. The opening riff is kind of my gut reaction to it. We do the breakdown, which is the devotional side, and then it's ended with some heavy questions, which is just for you to kind of reflect on it. So that hopefully, and I say it every week, I need to get back to it. With the church move and with summer and everything, it's been pretty crazy. And I kind of got writer's block, but I'm about halfway done with it. So that's another thing that hopefully it'll be in
tent peg, baby.
I already wrote that one.
Reading the Bible to my Nana, and I said, Nana, why didn't you tell me all this was in here? And she said, I was like, a fat guy just got stabbed, and now we're killing people with tent pegs?
I wrote one on the jail and the tent peg, but also Elihu and the fat going around the knife in the belly.
Yeah.
The bears eating the old bald people.
The she-bears, I definitely wrote that one. But my favorite one to write so far, the most challenging one to write, but definitely my favorite, was the foreskins of the Philistines. That was a fun one to write. I wrote that. It's pretty metal what happened there. But
anyways, hey, let's show our commercials and let's get back into the show.
Yes. So we're going to shout out our good friends.
So this is our member of the week, our Culture Box friend of the week, and our coffee.
Which, hey, we just had them on here. So Dallas was here. I figured let's give Geek Devo a shout out. Let's give
and there's Bryce
JW a shout out, and our favorite coffee a shout out. Here's time, as we like to say, to pay the bills.
Geek Devotions is a collaboration of devoted geeks that are devoted to letting people know that they are loved. They produce a weekly geek culture infused devotional, their podcast content, and written articles, all designed to encourage and challenge people in the geek community, bridging the gap between their faith and their geekdoms. Find all their content at geekdevotions.com.
Bryce JW is a full-time content creator, collector, and streamer, spreading kindness one video at a time. From epic Geometry Dash runs and Nintendo streams to game hunting vlogs and podcasts, Bryce leads the Anime Armada, a welcoming, positive community for gamers and geeks of all kinds. No hate, just heart. Join the crew at youtube.com/@BryceJW.
Let's face it, at-home coffee can be pretty stale. Coffee at home doesn't have to be boring. The Village Coffee is here to deliver the flavor. The Village Coffee roasts coffee every week and sells online. Go to villagebeans.com to order your coffee today and use discount code Rushmore for free shipping.
Nice.
Hey, so yeah, Bryce has a commercial because he's one of about, 10 or 15 members of the channel. So he's member
Nice.
highlight. He's always here, so we shout him out quite a bit. But if you want to have a commercial for your channel or anything that you're doing, join to become a member, and we'll make a video and shout you out at our shows. The idea is that, one, we just want to highlight everybody in the community that we possibly can, but two, it helps us to get to the conventions and help change people's lives. Faded Goat, to the young lad on the bottom right, you have a healthiest looking beard. That would be you, Skylar, a healthy beard.
It's,
I love that.
I do what I can. I am a young lad. Thank you for noticing.
Faded Goat, thanks for being here. Thanks for coming to hang out. And hey, let's get back in the show. So Adriana, you're up now.
Yes.
This is Link. Softball pitch if you got a Zelda one. Here it is.
I do not, unfortunately, not. But for this one, I want to tell the world, I have to confess, when the Switch originally came out, I was probably the number one hater. Because everyone told me, oh yeah, it's the greatest console of all time. Of all time, it's the greatest console. The Switch is the greatest console. And I'm like, this is not even possible. That's the greatest console. Like, please, come on. The Xbox exists, everybody. I was never going to buy it, never going to waste my money until I found out that this game, which is Star Wars Republic Commando, which was one of my favorite Xbox games, where you have a squad and you go around and do all these secret missions that didn't show up. This was not really in the Star Wars world until almost recently. I think with the Clone Wars, there were some highlights. But Star Wars Republic Commando, which they remade for the Switch. And when this game came out, I had to buy the Switch.
It's pretty wild that your second favorite memory of all time was a Switch game.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because this allowed me, first of all, I had to eat my words about the Switch. So I had to go around and...
Generational Roach 21 in the house says, wow, that's a crazy good take. So good.
I was a camera operator for our local hockey team at the time, and the director was the one over every game on the headset would be like, the Nintendo Switch is the greatest console of all time, every single game. And so I had to eat my words and say it's a good console. I don't know if it's the greatest console of all time. But this allowed me to relive my original Xbox memories. And this is kind of a little bit of a double up, but this is also one of the games that I played with my brother. And so when I got to relive nostalgic memories on a new console with a game that they brought out, I created new memories, and it's the reason why I have my Switch today, which my Switch is also a slew of great memories. I volunteer at a high school, and we would do school shows, theater shows. I brought my Switch. I would bring my Smash Bros. And all that stuff, and just can't tell you how many youth events we've had where I brought my Switch over, had Mario Kart, and so this game actually unlocked so many more memories and elements that I've been able to do in my life and in my ministry. And without this game, this was the key. If I hadn't found this out, I'd still be a Switch hater today.
I love that. I love that so much. You mentioned it, Smash Brothers at youth events. It's like two things that go together perfectly.
Yeah.
It's like peanut butter and jelly, huh?
Absolutely. Absolutely. So,
hey, I love the Switch. Unfortunately, fun story, I've shared this since Siege. Right before Siege, I went to camp with me and my son, and then we drove home, and then there was a car breakdown, and there was a couple other things, and yada, yada, yada. And we get home, and then, I don't know, a week later, maybe, we go to Siege, and then while we're at Siege, we purchased 3 Switch games, and we came home, and we wanted to play them, and we couldn't find the Switch. The Switch is gone. So the Switch and all of our games from somewhere from camp to home.
Oh.
So either A, somebody stole it, B, we dropped it, it fell out of a bag, we left it at camp. I don't know what happened, but it was with I think 23 games were in there. So And so I have 3 games for those. So,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
Well, no, this
it's
is
not a good memory. That's a bad memory.
I shared it.
Hey,
Just-
that's
That's a different episode.
It's a game memory. This is
Totally
Yeah,
different.
this is nostalgia therapy. Actually, we're leaning into the therapy side. So tell me how you really feel about that.
Hey, baby boy is watching with Elk. Hello, baby boy.
Oh,
And Generational Roach. Thanks for being here.
Yeah. So I'll say this. I shared it a couple weeks ago because we did the episode. I've played the Switch time. It's the only time I've ever played it. It was at Kirk's house. I've never not. I try to think about it, like, it's not because it's like I'm so against it. I'm all about Nintendo. So like I get it. I just either don't have time or like I don't have money or so like I just whatever for one reason or the other. I just have not really played the Switch. I have the 64, the Super Nintendo, the Wii, the GameCube. I have all that inside. I just don't have a Switch. I have a Game Boy. I mean, I just don't have the Switch, but I like it. The what I've seen of it. You kind of talk about Smash Bros. in youth ministry. Kirk, at camp, there's the Smash Bros. Tournament. We've done it at our youth conference that we do at the church. It's universally loved. I think Dallas, who was here earlier, did a whole curriculum with Mario Kart, youth ministry curriculum based around Mario Kart, like a small group curriculum or something. So that was pretty cool. So there's a lot of great stuff with that. It just it's eluded me for one reason or another to play the Switch.
Yeah. It's all good. But it's a great system. It is fun.
I mean, I'll play the one, Kirk, that you left here. So
there we go.
With like 23 games.
I mean, I don't know. I just happened to find one, but
yeah.
I won't lie. I'm not a big Switch player myself, but I mean, I think the console's genius. Like, it is the future, right? It's pretty cool.
Yeah, we enjoy it. It's great.
All right, Skylar, we're to you. What is your
It's Link.
Even though it should have been Zelda, but that's okay. What is your actual Link now?
All right. So this was a lot of deliberation, a lot of thinking. I was like, should I go with GoldenEye? Should I go with Perfect Dark? Should I go with like Dr. Mario? And I really started thinking about it. And it was a tie between my number 2 and number 1. And this game was, short story, my dad went to Korea in the early 90s and got a chipped PlayStation 1 and came back with the entire PlayStation 1 catalog burned onto CDs.
Oh my God.
So like one of my earliest memories is watching him and his friends burn basically like PlayStation 1 games on a disc. And this one was in it. And every time I had a brother, we were playing it. It's the reason I'm into anime. It's the reason I'm into RPGs. It's the reason I really want to say that I'm into gaming in general, just as a whole. We looked for the copy. All I could find was my strategy guide for it. But like, I think this, I don't know, this is the oldest actual long-term gaming memory that I have. And it's just one of my all-time favorites. And it would be the Xenogears. It's so good. What a weird story, weird music. And like, I don't know, if you're young back then, like watching an anime thing on the disc on the PlayStation 1 was like mind-blowing. Had the craziest intro cutscene ever. And it really wasn't matched until Final Fantasy X and when I got a little bit older. But that's it for me.
Oops. I didn't know you were here. I was going to chime in. You go ahead in because you probably got more to say about it.
So I stepped out for a second, but was it Xenogears?
It was Xenogears.
Yep. Yeah. So I had Xenogears as a kid. Mom, one of my least favorite memories is Mom just got rid of stuff that she thought I didn't need. And I'm pretty sure that was one of the ones she got rid of. But I did get the Xenosaga for PlayStation 2.
Yeah.
And I also have Xeno, whatever the one is for Switch. What is it? Xenowar?
Xenoblade Chronicles, right?
Yeah. There you go. I had that one. That was one of the games that got kind of stolen or whatever. Speaking of,
hey, Retro Cannon.
Hey, Retro Cannon's in the house. Everybody, right now, go subscribe to Retro Cannon. That's his channel. Here, I'll put it right here in the chat.
He was a member of the Rushmore Fantasy Football League, too.
And, yeah, I hadn't talked to him yet, so you just broke it to him. Hey,
Oh.
so but anyways,
There it is.
yeah,
Retro
I
King.
love this. I love this. I love this. For whatever reason, this is some of the most beautiful game I've ever played. I mean, I don't know the
Weird,
word
right?
to use. Like, it's just such a it's such a fun game to look at. Like,
She
to
makes
play.
fun of me because I'll be playing Xenosaga 2. I'm working through it right now.
So anime.
And she'll be in another room and she'll poke her head in and be like, "What are you listening to?" Because they're like, "Wow, there's a lot of books in here." And
Yeah.
like, like, everyone around
It
me
is a different kind of game. It is so anime. That's what it is. It is
Super
very anime. But I love it. It's good
It's so
stuff.
good.
Very good
Combat
stuff.
systems is so unique. It was just, I don't know, it's just super cool.
Yeah, man.
So I'll say about this. Obviously, if it was an RPG, I wasn't picking it up. It's never been my deal.
Hey,
I love that other people love it. I like to say that. I
real
love that you
quick,
guys
nearly
love it.
everybody in here has a wrench. Most of the people are friends of the friends of the friends. If you have a YouTube channel and you have a wrench, obviously you can share your channel. So
Share
like
it.
we don't
Almighty
gatekeep
Elk.
the
Throw
we
that
don't
link in.
gatekeep the community. We want you guys to share your stuff in the chat. We want you guys to like share where you're at and what you're doing because we'd love to follow as well as everybody else would love to follow you. So if you have a channel, put it in the chat.
Yeah. So, and then anime also, like I really like anime. I just one reason or another, I never really like got heavily into it. But the anime stuff that I have watched for sure, I enjoy. I love the obviously the animation of it and things like that. But these games are just ones that were definitely not going to be picked up for me.
Yeah.
What?
They're hard.
Oh, what do you mean, man? Like, what do you
For me personally,
He's just not a role playing game
not
guy.
an RPG guy unless it's Pokemon. Unless it's Pokemon, it's the only.
I agree.
The only time I want to take a turn is if it's Bulbasaur that I'm taking turns with, or you know what I mean. That's really
No, dude, no.
Yeah, it's a hot take he's had for quite some time.
Look, there it is. There's War Turtle right there, man. Come on.
Oh, there he
It's
is.
the same thing. It's the same thing.
I agree with you completely. The only difference is Pokemon aren't in the other ones. That's the only difference. There's a big difference there.
That's so fair, dude. That's so fair.
But
he's just it's you have to be really smart to play RPGs, Skylar. You see what I'm saying?
Apparently
That's
I do.
probably why we only play them. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, I'll jump in. Hey, look, the top two I could kind of flip flop, but I really think number one is the only one that's appropriate. So I was like, okay, well, I'll put this one here. I wrote my list out and I was like, yeah, okay. But this one is circa 1985, which that's a fun way to say that. Circa 86, 87, sometime early Nintendo days. Most of the games didn't have a battery. So I remember playing these games and getting towards the end and like, instead of like turning the power off, leaving that thing on all night, waking up in the next morning, playing it again and going on and on and on and on. And my memory is, that they had a couple games that came out with the battery. My memory, though, is just the early on as a young kid finally beating a game. And Mario 1 was really hard for whatever reason. The level 8 was hard. And if you didn't have the strategy guide figuring all that stuff out and, run and jump like Skylar. But, hey, Andy, seriously, I didn't do this on purpose, but, I mean, here it is, right? So this was the first game. This is the first game that I can really remember beating. And it took hours. I played it not long ago on this. There it is right there, scrolling behind me. And I beat it in like an hour. Like the whole thing, not 100%, but like getting most of it and beat it in like an hour. Like all the way through the first round, because you do a second quest. The first quest.
Later, Bryce. Thanks for coming in, man.
Bryce, love you, man. and I'm sure you'll be on your stream. I'll see you in a little bit. Beating this game was so epic. Like it was just hours and hours and hours of an 8-year-old playing this game for the first time, going through the dungeons and all that. Using the book because I got the book from Nintendo Power, kind of scrolling through. It's not a great memory, but it is a big memory. It's something that comes up all the time. After I beat it that night, and probably 2 or 3 nights after that, I actually dreamt and had a nightmare of Ganon. Right, and like it was just a part of like that thing. I remember, like I played it so much, it like overtook my life for I don't know, like a month or 2 or whatever, and hours diving into it, and finally beating it. The satisfaction. But I mean, I had a couple of them here. Like obviously, first time beating Final Fantasy, the first time beating Secret of Mana, the first time, like whatever it is, just like I remember that elation of doing that, and that was probably the first one that I can remember, the earliest, like accomplishing something. If social media was out then, boom, I would have shared it. Like beat Zelda for the first time today. You know what I mean? Like
live streaming in NES. Yeah.
Dude, so good. Yeah, live streaming, that would have been awesome. But yeah, I had it in behind me the whole time because it's like, yeah, there you go. There is a little link for Link.
I love that.
It's been a while since I did that.
Yeah, beating a game for the first time for sure. Absolutely.
Set the moment, set the mood.
Yeah.
Y'all remember beating your game for the first time? Very first game you ever beat?
Oh yeah.
I remember it. To this
look, I knew it. I just got a Red Dead Redemption. I rebeat Bad Honor Part 1. Bryce JW is live. Just came.
First game that I ever remember going all the way through was no surprise here. Kurt.
Donkey Kong
Country.
Donkey
Kong Country.
Yeah.
It's my favorite.
Mighty Elk or Almighty Elk says FFX, and look, that's a shout out to Tyler or Skylar. Sorry. Let's talk about the new Power World TCG. And the game it's going crazy right now. The only person that I ever see in my little world that talks about Power World is Bryce, and he just left. I don't play Power World, or I don't even look at it. I don't know. I barely know much about it except. Yeah, it's coming out. But thanks for joining, Jared.
I know that Jared Bingham says that it's going crazy right now.
It's going
that's
crazy.
The extent of my knowledge of it.
I got my hands on some packs. No luck, though. He said, Almighty Elk says. So, Andy.
Yeah. Hey, what was real quick? So,
Donkey
Kong Country. What about you guys? What do you remember
the
first game you ever beat?
I think it was a PlayStation 1 game, and I actually don't remember it now.
Oh, no.
You made I got nervous.
Final Fantasy 7.
Yeah. No.
Oh, wait, Super Mario World. It's not even PlayStation.
Oh.
That's the earliest one I can remember.
Wait, what was it?
Yeah, great one.
That's good.
For me, it was Indiana Jones, the Lego game.
Come on!
Dude.
Yeah.
And the only reason why I say that is because every other game that I beat, I had assistance with my brother.
Can I just shout out really quickly my guy that my STEM teacher friend. This is like the only kind of games he plays, and we talk about him all the time.
Yeah,
Lego everything. Lego everything in media is so wildly good.
Just Legos.
It's just good. It's just good stuff. The games, the movies, the cartoons, they're all good.
Yeah.
It's just good.
I think that the Lego movie should be studied in all film schools.
As
creators, as writers, as animators.
Let me tell you something. Adriana, I've said this on the show multiple times. It is one of the most brilliantly written screenplays I think I've ever watched.
Yeah.
There's so many nuggets in that thing. Just the simple like crack in the helmet is just enough. Like such small details that they went out. It's so cool. It's so cool. Yeah. And the other ones are even better probably as movies, but that one was just awesome.
It
so
is,
good.
Yeah, it's top tier.
Top tier stuff. Yep. All right. Andy,
All right. Yeah.
second favorite memory of all time.
Yeah. So again, these top or these bottom, I guess, 3 are not necessarily in an order, but man, this brings back more nostalgia. So I mentioned I'm going to kind of talk about Xbox here. This is where I'm going to bring it up. Kirk said it. I didn't have an Xbox, but my neighbor about 25 feet away from me did. So my link is couch co-ops with friends.
Yes.
And it all for me began, and really maybe not began, because it was playing like GoldenEye and like those types of games, the multiplayers, Mario Kart 64 multiplayer. But where it really took off for me was Halo, Halo 1. The multiplayer, the playing that on Xbox with my friend Ray right across the street from me. But a couch co-op, playing these games with friends, doing the multiplayer, but also just being able to play together. The idea of like, don't look at my screen, right? Or or like we're like, did you try to put together some kind of cardboard box towel system to where you'd split the screen? Like, there is something that is just so great about that. And one of the things that I think that I put this there, but you think about Mario Party or, like I said, Mario Kart, GoldenEye, those types of games, any of those multiplayer games. What I loved about it, and again, this is me just being the old guy saying, get off my lawn, and I totally get that.
Get off my lawn!
We talked about it earlier with graphics and how that's changed and whatever. I understand the advancements that have happened with online gaming and being like, you can game with somebody across the globe. I mean, we have friends in the space who do all ministry through video gaming online, and people can literally come to Jesus. Like, so I'm not knocking that at all. But at a time in life where we could game together, physically together with somebody else, is just something that is such a core memory. And it's not that you can't game together now, because it certainly happens, but when that was the option, when playing multiplayer was only like we had to be in the same room together, that time was just fantastic. And it's what I love about kind of the upbringing for me with video gaming and just growing up in general. Was doing that, right? Because, and again, also, you can only trash talk as much as you could take an actual fist from somebody. Probably.
Yeah, it's so true. Yeah.
Nowadays, you can talk online and all, and have no repercussions. Like, if you talked enough smack, it might have wound up in a smack. Like, so, that was just great stuff. So, I love just being able to get together with friends and actually play game in the same geographical location, on the same couch, in the same living room, at the same wherever. That is such a great gaming memory for me.
Absolutely.
I love
kind of
this.
what our channel's about. I mean, if you look, the first thing is we want to bring back the community in gaming. It's gone. Like, it's not a thing anymore. Like,
and I realize the irony in saying that of like, look, I'm in Louisiana, Kirk's in Georgia. You got, like, I get that. So
can I just share this? One of the main reasons I am not very good at the first-person shooters and all of these games. I'm terrible.
I was going to say, not very good, just not good.
I'm not good at all at first-person shooters. Was I didn't have enough couch co-op with them. By the time I got to that age, like, I never like gamed online or whatever. I never had any of that. And then, like, when I went to the military and whatever, the friends that I had, I played a little bit of 64. But most of the time, I've always been a solo player. Like, when I play games, especially, that's one of the reasons I love role-playing games. Like, there was just not a whole lot of that kind of gaming with the 2 and 4 screens. By the time that came out, I was in a different mode of thinking. I wish I had more of that, because that is really awesome. My friends playing Halo back in the day. I was nervous. I was like, no, I don't want to play you in Halo because you're like, I'm going to waste my money. And Yeah, I would. Like,
There's nothing like splitting a 4-way on a CRT TV.
Oh.
Like there's
so the running joke about this first-person shooters, we did a first-person shooters, and Andy was actually he actually bought a 64, and we were playing it, and I was like, hey, let's play some GoldenEye. I played a little bit of that back in the day. Haven't played it in a long time. Played it with my butt, and like we're playing in the room, and I'm like doing this number here, and I'm like running into the wall like this for like 10 minutes. And he's just sitting behind me like this. And I could see him looking at me, and I'm like, bro. And I'm like, I can't get out of this.
Well,
so
to be fair to Kirk, in all
he's
fairness,
like,
Kirk, we were playing in like the cave level, and we're playing an N64. Not
I was stuck somewhere
on like an HD TV, so it didn't work right well. But he just wasn't good.
No,
but,
I just
it's okay. It's okay.
I appreciate the.
I'm trying to help you out
MMOs back
a little bit, but
I like that. Almighty, I'll bring the MMOs back. This is a good take. I love it. And couch co-op. You know what I really love? These new games where you have to play, like essentially you are co-op. Yeah, like you can play with your.
Just came out recently.
Yeah, there's the one I watched some people play it online where like one guy's like a librarian, the other one's like a science teacher or something. The science, like no, one's a writer. Science fiction? Is it something fiction? Split fiction. Fiction. Yeah, it's a pretty cool game. I watched some people play it online. I was like, dude, it's so awesome. One guy plays one person, other, and you're like solving these puzzles. I was like, man,
that's cool. That's a good idea.
I would love to play that game. Anyways,
something about getting on somebody's grandma's couch and playing a video game with some pizza in front of you is just Mountain Dew and pizza.
Yep.
Love it. Love it. All right.
You
well,
can build anything on this couch.
Number one pick. What's the number one memory of all time, Adriana? What's the number
we're only at the 2-hour mark. I mean, we actually are making pretty good.
We fixed a little bit of it.
We did it.
You know? All right, number one of all time, Adriana, what you got?
The number one of all time, and I got pretty emotional.
I love this pizza.
Week.
Number one of all time is pizza and Mountain Dew.
So the number one memory, and I'm gonna first show the console that I tie with this memory, and then I'm gonna talk about the memory. But first, gonna show you my Game Boy Micro, the colors. And we got this when we were in Japan for our honeymoon. So my number one gaming memory is a joint of our wedding and our honeymoon. And our wedding, as Skylar mentioned, had a lot of video game music. I walked down the aisle to title theme of Ocarina of Time.
Come on!
Yep.
Wow.
We had several arcade games in our wedding, and it was awesome to, like, in a reception. What? Okay. Arcade machines for our reception, and it was fun to see, like, the girls were dancing, and then all the men were playing Bomberman and stuff like that. And then for our honeymoon, we spent 2 weeks in Japan, and we just did everything gaming we could find, everything anime we could find. We just like explored the country. We got married in October of last year, and that's when we went to Japan. And the whole time we were finding some really cool stuff, and it was just so awesome to see everything we could. But I'm a huge Game Boy fan, and we did a workshop that taught us how to mod original Game Boys. And there, I'm like, huge Game Boy fan. And there I found out about a Game Boy I did not know existed. I found out about the Game Boy Micro in Japan. And it is one of my goals to own every Game Boy. And I'm also trying to own every Game Boy Pokemon game. And eventually I'm trying to get into all the Pokemon games. But I'm like, I didn't even know this existed. So while we were there, we were able to track down this, and it was marked down because of some defect. I've been playing this thing, and it's beautiful. There's no defect, but it was actually marked down.
There's that noise.
Yep, there's that noise, that beautiful, beautiful Game Boy noise.
That could be a memory right there.
Yeah, that is full of memories. But this, every time I look at this, I think about the day we got married and our life after.
Oh, I love that though. That is so great.
Oh,
yeah. I don't have that sound bite. Sorry about that, but no, that is awesome.
Hey, I love that. Those are pretty cool. The whole wedding thing, my wife wouldn't have had for it. No. So I will say this: the one thing that my wife talks about it all the time, and she actually she just talked about it like a week ago, not even maybe. She was on the phone. I could hear her talking to a friend. She said, "You know what my husband made me do?" And I was like, "Oh God, what did I make her do?" It's like when we were doing a wedding in Louisiana. You know what you don't do in Louisiana? You don't have a wedding in the summer. And and they were like, "You had a wedding in the summer, and our air conditioner went out." Oh. And then it's like, "Well, why did he make you have a wedding during the summer?" It says because you don't have any weddings in the fall because that's football, and we're not doing that. And she said, I went through the whole schedule and I had to figure out a date, so I finally just said, "You know what? We'll just do it in June." Yeah. My wife would not have allowed some of those things that you're saying. I could tell you that. I love her to death, but she's not a pop culture person for sure. So not.
It was beautiful. I mean, he showed me. I had no dreams about what I wanted to walk down the aisle to. I honestly, actually never thought I was going to get married. I mean, a big part of my testimony of just who God made me into be. And when we met, he was a Christian as an adult. And I just didn't know that there really was going to be a man who loved God more than he loved anything else.
And he'd be so handsome.
And he'd be so handsome.
There is that. You do got that.
Here we are. And so I never had any dreams. And when he told me that he had always envisioned that his bride would go walk down the aisle for the Ocarina of Time title theme, I said, "Well, play it for me." He found a beautiful piano version. And a friend of ours played it live on the piano, and it's an incredible, beautiful song. And I'll always cherish that we did that.
Well, here's the thing, Skylar, you're up now. You have a very high mountain to scale now.
No, okay. So,
I mean, unless we're just hitting the button. I mean, we probably should hit the button. Maybe.
I'm gonna be honest with you. It's when you started talking about the wedding, I was like, "Oh no," because if you steal mine, I can't talk about it.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you can on this round. You can on this round.
You can.
Oh, I can.
Yeah,
in this round, you can.
It's the Benjamin.
Okay,
next round you can.
I'm still safe. So we did go to Japan, and we got to see all the crazy stuff. But my favorite all-time gaming memory is when there's a picture of it. There is a photo of it, and it's actually like on our YouTube. Like it's there. It's this weird juxtaposition of the past and the future, and I was really young, and so I lost both of my parents this year. Really close to each other.
Your father before we got married.
My father 2 weeks before we got married, and then my mom on Father's Day.
Yeah.
And we played a lot of games together growing up, but one of them that I kind of remember loosely that we all played together for just like one time was Metal Slug. And it was this, little Neo Geo like side-scrolling shooter, right? And at our wedding, we had arcade cabinets, and I made sure to get an SNK Neo Geo machine. And there's a picture of me and my new wife playing that game, and I just I saw the photographer, so of course I leaned in and was like, ah. But that was it. I was I'd found someone to do ministry and life with, and we were playing something that I guess at this day and age would be obscure, and I don't know if Metal Slug would be obscure, but it felt like it. It was just an old. I was playing an old arcade cabinet with my wife on my wedding, so
I love it.
Yeah, man. That was
dude, that's so cool.
It was pretty metal, and she was, kicking my butt. So it was
that. Oh.
I do. I was getting a little jelly bean, but it's okay.
Gosh. I was button mashing. I remember that.
Yeah. So that's it for me.
Hey, I don't know if Sean's still in the chat, but I know he's messaging us. Sean, if you're out there, dude, we were letting the Adriana and Skylar finish the chat, but yeah, man, we love you, man. Thanks for being here. Also, a cool channel that you guys might like, the Real Life Perspective Show. He talks about some old retro stuff. It's fun stuff. So this is just a cool thing, man. Just video games in general are something that brings people together. Some of my favorite channels, like My Retro Life, right? It's just like showing stuff that is from the old days. It's really cool, and I love that you brought it in to kind of start your new life together. Oh, there it is. Let's zoom into you. Let's zoom into you.
Oh yeah.
This is where
There it
all
is.
the groomsmen.
Oh,
We're
let's check
playing.
that out.
That's before. This was our lineup of
That is so cool.
at the wedding.
Yeah,
I kind of want to like have another wedding for my wife.
There you
and I
go,
now,
yeah.
just to do that.
you should. I support this.
Yeah.
Renew our vows.
Oh yeah, he's still there. He's still there. There he is. Yeah, go, Sean. Sean, Real Life Perspective, great show. Loves plays.
Like Kurt's wife.
dancing.
Oh, there we go. There we go.
Do you have the one?
I don't know where the one. That's us dancing and the game that right behind it.
That is
Mr.
That's so
Pac-Man right there.
awesome.
I love that. I love that. Yeah, I my wife would be kind of like Brittany too, where it's like, yeah, we're not doing that. So, but I love it. I think it would be awesome.
I mean, she asks me about everything, but she never wants my opinion. You know what I mean? When it comes to that.
The last one.
Hey, babe, what do you think about this? I like that one. Cool.
Is that it? Oh, there you
There
go.
it is.
Or this
What a
one,
good
that's the
shot.
one.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Now, that needs to be posterized somewhere in the house.
We should. We gotta get it up. We gotta get it somewhere.
Good.
Yeah, I love that. That is epic. Cool stuff, man. All right, well, I guess it's my turn.
Yeah.
And I mean, y'all semi-crush more. We kind of got the crush more.
Hey,
And-
can we just for the sake of
Do it.
actually just having that play?
Yeah.
Can we just do it anyway?
Just crush
You guys
more,
want to
yeah.
rock out for 3 seconds? Here we go. All
Now,
right.
Andy. Now, Andy. I really thought. I mean, I'm kind of crushing with you on this one. Jesus is King, Diego.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely, Correa. Yeah, that's awesome. Did y'all throw cake on each other while playing games? That would have been it. Maybe. Is that
No,
one
we
of
were actually so busy we couldn't even eat our cake.
We got.
You know,
we got-
speaking of that, we didn't eat our cake either, which is crazy. But for another reason, this was BC before Christ.
Yeah.
We yeah. Anyways, let's keep going. So, Andy, very similar to yours. You talked about couch co-op. My number one memory isn't necessarily the couch co-op thing, but it is having friends over to play games. My number one memory is the sleepover. And listen, I don't understand why my kids don't do this and their friends don't do this. I like ask them like, hey, you want to like, I'll kind of like, hey, Cannon, you want to have, Maddox come over, Henry come over, whatever. And the parents are like here like that, right? I remember like getting dropped off, and I don't know if Kevin's still here lurking or whatever. I would get dropped off and get picked up like next Monday. You know what I mean? Like, you're here. Like, see ya. Don't need. And the sleepover was the thing. And I'm the big thing about the sleepover was, I remember, I mean, Kevin had this bed, dude. It was like this huge water bed. It took up his whole freaking room, and everything around the water bed was game cabinets and like shelves and stuff, and playing games like all night long. Like we'd all be sitting on the edge of the bed, and I'd be playing over here on this one, which would be like Genesis be over there playing on like Super Nintendo. Damon would be over here playing. I remember going to Damon's house and playing, and actually I have it right here. I remember playing Super Mario 3 for the very first time. I had never seen it yet. I knew it was on, the Wizard and all that. And then I show up and Damon had it, and he's like, we played it all night long. I remember going to my buddy Chris's with Final Fantasy, and I talked about it last week, and I was like, it was like Twitch before Twitch, right? Twitch, my wife always makes fun of me when I'm watching somebody on Twitch, and they're like, you're watching somebody play video games and you're not even in the same room? I didn't even like doing that when we were in the same room. Well, I would play Final Fantasy like all night long, and my buddy Chris would just sit there and watch and read the maps and like tell us where to go. And I remember going to his house and playing Genesis and going, here's the thing, like the sleepover and playing video games. Like, it's why I loved Stranger Things. Like, why I love Goonies. It's why I love these type of movies, like that brings you back and just immediately thinking of the moments of hanging out with your best friends, no bills, nothing to worry about,
No bills.
Like just in the moment, playing games, and probably in the range of like 9-ish to mid to late high school. I can't tell you how many sleepovers we had. At least 3 weekends a year. I mean, 3 weekends a month. And it was my house this time, your house next time. This time, we couldn't get the plans right, so next time it's at your house, and then we're over there, you're at mine, we're at there. And it was always surrounded by video games. I mean, and if it wasn't video games, it was maybe a board game or two, maybe going outside and shooting basketball for a little bit or whatever, but then right back in, playing the games. Number one memory, bro, is hanging out with my dudes, my guys. And we didn't really play like what you guys were saying with the couch co-op. We all played like games, but like it would be sometimes it'd be like Streets of Rage. We'll play 2-player, or like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. But usually we were playing like he was playing a role-playing game, I'm playing one over here, you're playing, and it's not necessarily the same as what you were kind of saying. So similar but different. But number one video game memory of all time, bring me back to 1980 something, 90 something, is the sleepover party. It just is. It's unmatched to me.
Yeah.
I love that.
That's it, man.
I remember, so my friend Ray's house that I mentioned, his brother Justin, he's been on the show before, going to his house and having sleepovers. And I remember distinctly playing a video game, like starting a video game at like 6 p.m. Like the light, the sun was still out, right? Whatever. And like the next time I looked up, it was the next morning.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? It was like, wait, did we just spend like 10 hours playing this game? Like, without even thinking about it. Like, if I think about that now at 37, like, I need to go to the hospital after. What am I doing? Like, but we would do that without even thinking about it. And it was kind of similar. Like, there would be times where we're doing the couch co-op, right? But there was a lot of times where it's like, I'd have my Game Boy over there, right? And I'd be playing. Oh
yeah, he's playing on the console. You're on the Game Boy.
I'm on the bed playing the Game Boy. And the funny thing about that, and Kirk, it's kind of like when like we're together sometimes too. It's like my wife will be like, "You guys are like in the same room and like no one's saying anything." but it was something about just like being in the room together with somebody, and you're each kind of doing your own thing, yeah, but you're together still. And that was it. So the sleepover goes right to that. Again, the couch co-op kind of to that too. But man,
about 2 years ago, we did sleepover games, and that was a fun one. Fun one. The sleepover game, and I mentioned all those games I just talked about. Final Fantasy, Mario 3. These are all games that I remember playing on a sleepover. But yeah. That's going to be my George for sure. But I was going to say, my son, I don't know that he's ever had a sleepover at a friend's house. And it's not because we haven't allowed him. Yeah. It isn't. It's because
my kids, my older
they've never been invited. And two, he never invites anybody else. It's like a thing gone to the past.
Yeah.
It's like, no, I don't. They can go home at 9 or 10, have their parents come get it. But I do want them to come back at 9 in the morning. Like, what's the point?
Yeah.
Just let them stay here, and then we'll go to church together, or we'll do whatever, and then that doesn't happen. It doesn't happen. I don't.
My kids will spend the night at friends' house, but our friends are pretty much church people anyway, too. So it's like,
well, yeah. So we, can't stay at your house, but usually it's with me or whatever. But like, you're like family to me. Like I'm saying, like his friend from school,
yeah, for sure.
Or his friend from his ball team. It just doesn't happen. It's weird. I'm like,
it's a different time now, man. Like my parents back in the day were
share
like,
your channel, Elk. Yes, share your channel, Elk. And actually, I could do that too, if that is his channel, or it is a guy.
Yeah, that's his channel. I think
9-hour stream. He is in Joe Rogan territory.
Yeah, he's basically Joe Rogan, except without the martial arts or the hunting or there's a
Millions of dollars.
or there's a few missing factors, but he's basically Joe Rogan.
Other than that,
Manny Elk,
he's right there.
I just got you your 11th subscriber.
Let's go. He deserves
I'm excited
so much
for
more.
that.
Elk is so funny.
He's so funny.
He is so funny. He makes my streams so fun when he jumps in. Like he
shared it. He shared it. I was about to share it. Cool.
He will make you laugh.
Anyways, all right. Andy, finish the mountain and let's
real
get to
quick,
the honorable
dude,
mentions.
so I think you guys are just slightly younger than I am, or at least I think you said earlier 29 or around there. So
No, I'm actually 34.
34.
Yeah,
Okay, so just slightly, still same deal. But were sleepovers at friends' houses kind of a thing? I mean, I know you guys lived in different places too, so
Man, dude, it was every weekend. It was every weekend. Like it was unthinkable to not have a sleepover at the end of the weekend.
You know what's my favorite thing? And this is something that I actually told my son about the other day. I was like, he kind of invited himself to his friend's house. And he was like, hey, I asked Henry if I can go to his house, right? And I asked Henry's dad if I can go to his house, or whatever. And I was like, oh, rewind. Let's do this over again. Hey, so what you do, son? Right? You and Henry get together, and Henry says, hey, I want you to come to my house. I'll talk to my dad. And then you say, oh, well, I'm going to go talk to my dad, and then we're going to figure that out, and then we talk. You see, that's kind of how that thing worked. And he goes, oh. I was like, well, you invited yourself right to Mr. Chris. Mr. Chris says, no, have Henry go do it, and then you come. And it was like this whole
there's an etiquette to
the art of the deal, right? I'm trying to, and
Art of the deal?
yeah. It's like, dude, you got to figure this out. Like, you can't just like. He's like, oh, okay, all right, well, I'll do that, and yeah, it just 37 says Almighty Elk. Hey, I'm 48 on Saturday.
There you go.
So I'm the eldest.
Yeah.
All right, so Andy.
Hey,
look who is here.
Southeast Game Exchange.
Look who is
What's
here.
up?
Southeast Game
Andy.
Exchange. Austin Bell. Dude, Austin is such an amazing dude.
Hey, and we
Rocket
love
City
you.
Retro Fest, Southeast Game Exchange, Augusta Video Game Expo. He's got like 3 other ones in Tennessee. Cool little store in Tennessee. I'd love to go visit the store, Andy. One of these times I'm coming back to you. Go that route and go down. It would add an hour or two, but it still would be fun. What's up? Retro Vault, he says. Love these guys. Yeah, me too, man.
Hey,
Austin,
listen,
thanks for being
quick
here.
shout out. Austin, you put on the best con
Yeah.
that we've ever been to. And
Bar none.
Bar none. And you're just so much fun to be around. Your team, like your team's a reflection of your leadership.
Absolutely.
And so every year it's just your team just somehow magically gets better. I don't know how you do it.
Yeah, I mean,
Austin, you really are the man, dude. Like, so
pretty soon they're going to have to move that thing to Atlanta just to use the stadium. You know what I mean? Greenville's not going to be able to hold it anymore.
Elk says Siege is a person.
Siege is a person? That's sick. Hello there. So that is a person, and his name is Austin, and he's amazing. Anyways, all right, Andy. Number 1 video game memory of all time.
When I found out this was the topic, this was the George from the beginning. There was no debate. It was what else was going to fill in the other spots. This is what I was looking forward to most, was talking about this. Let me just take you back.
Pokemon Snap.
Let me take you back in time. The best shoot 'em up of all time. The best rail shooter of all time is Pokemon Snap. No, that's not my George tonight. Although it's my George in almost anything else. But my George involves Pokemon Snap to a degree. But here we go. Friday night.
Yes.
As a child. Growing up in the 90s and the 2000s. There was a magical moment. And I shared this in a blog post on our website.
Magical
about
place.
things that I'm upset that my kids won't get to experience. That I got to experience.
I think I know what you're gonna say.
Kind of a midlife crisis type deal, feeling. But Friday night in my hometown, there was 2 stores that were conjoined by a wall. And it was literally just the bifecta of places, right?
Bifecta.
And one half was McDonald's, right? Fantastic as a kid, as a 90s and 2000s kid growing up. But sharing a wall and an entrance to the other side was none other than that blue and gold heaven, Blockbuster. So we had a 2-for-1 McDonald's Blockbuster, but in general, my George is renting video games from Blockbuster or Hollywood Video or the mom and pop shop down the street. It was video game rental.
Hey, look at this guy! Get a load of this guy!
Look at Fat Boys Gaming in here. But my George is that Friday night we would go as a family, and we would my brother and I would each get to pick a game, and we would get McDonald's, and we would bring it home. We would eat our McDonald's, and we would take turns. Like this week, my brother got to play his rental first, and then I had to wait, or I'd play with him, and then we'd switch the game. The next week, it would be my game first. There's something just about that. I got exposed to so many games by the rental system. We didn't have to buy all of the games. There was a handful maybe of games that we had, but almost 90% of the games that I played growing up were on a rental basis. I loved Blockbuster. We've talked about it plenty of times. Obviously, we would rent movies and stuff as a family to watch there too. But we're talking about video games, man. I remember going up to the Blockbuster and you see the case there and there's no copy behind it. And your first reaction, I'm going to go to the front desk and I'm going to see, did anybody bring it? It was amazing. Did anybody bring it in and they just haven't shelved it yet, right? So you look through that.
Dude, that was a game within a game.
Yeah, man, it was just such a great place. But there's that feeling of what Friday night was like for us as members of Blockbuster or Hollywood Video. There was Family Movie, Family Video, or whatever that was down the street from us. I mean, renting video games is the George. It's my favorite video gaming memory. I remember renting some games, and I think I shared it maybe even last week. Some games I would rent, and I was like, before the week was up, I was bringing it back because I hated the game. But some weeks, it was like, I'm re-renting that game, or we're racking up some late fees. I loved Blockbuster. I know there's a huge lore to it with the whole last Blockbuster thing and the 90s and 2000s nostalgia that pours in from that. Like what I wouldn't give to have just a brick and mortar game rental shop again, and I'm sure there's pockets of that here, but I mean not here where I'm at. I love that. That's my George. My number one gaming memory is Blockbuster or video.
Hey, so I didn't think it was going to happen, but this is kind of a Benjamin. Yeah, it was the Blockbuster movie rental experience. And I wasn't sure if it was going to happen or not, but it was kind of the one that I thought might be hanging out there as low-hanging fruit.
Hey, real quick, Fox Play Gaming is in the house. What's going on, bro?
Dude, Fox. We love Fox, man. Fox Psycher. Cool guy. Love watching him play. And Fat Boys Gaming hadn't been around a while, and I love that guy too. He's always got a cool little channel. Yeah, man, Blockbuster is so awesome. I worked in a Blockbuster when I worked for Dish, so that was fun. Loved that when I worked there. What was cool about that is you got 10 free rentals a week, and yeah, I use those every week.
Are you going to suggest movies if you don't watch them?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. So at that time, I was just renting movies to burn them, and yeah, I'm going to use all 10 of them and burn them and whatever. But yeah, games, man. Love renting games. One of my favorite things. We kind of talked about it before. I used to ride my bike, and it was quite a journey. We called it nighttime video. But it was, I'd ride my bike up there. I had my own card, 13 years old or whatever. And I had like one of my mom's, whatever. And I got like a secondary card. So I would keep it in my wallet. I would ride my bike up there and I would rent games. And I remember renting like very unique Nintendo games, right? Like just games I had never seen or played before. Kid Nicky was one that I remember
yeah.
that I actually purchased, and that game's terrible. But I remember buying it and renting it so much, and I was like, oh, I need to buy this. And I bought it, and I was like, why did I play this? But it's Legend of Kage, or some people say Cage, but games like this, Wizards and Warriors, like games that I really didn't own or have. Traveling up there on my bike and then with the backpack and then renting 2 or 3 and coming home. Athena was one that I remember, and then I remember as soon as you realize this game sucks, putting that thing right back on and riding right back up there.
Yep.
This game's terrible.
It doesn't suck.
Can I trade this in?
I didn't share this, but the rental game that I remember from Blockbuster for the N64, renting this game and it becoming one of my favorite games for the system, so much so that when I rebought the N64 in my later life now, I had to get this as one of the first games. But I remember specifically renting it was Snowboard Kids. I love Snowboard Kids for the N64, but so I had to get that one, and I love it so much. But yeah, Blockbuster, Hollywood Video, that kind of stuff. That was all my jam.
That's a good pick. That really is solid.
And then also bonus, I got chicken nuggets and stuff on the side of it too, because
You can never
come on,
have enough chicken nuggets.
From McDonald's. I do not like McDonald's.
She doesn't eat McDonald's. I eat enough for both of us. Maybe
Oh man, the nuggets! That barbecue sauce is my favorite barbecue sauce. I love it.
I will tell you, they're
Mustard?
the top tier nuggets in the game, and I don't want to hear any complaints about that.
For real, those are the best.
Nuggets, yes, yep, top tier
not
nuggets.
Also, top tier fries.
Real.
I fully acknowledge that.
Don't care.
Fully acknowledge
Don't care.
that.
Top tier slop. You're like, oh, let me rank the best of fake food.
Yes.
100%. Yeah.
Even when it's in a big pink tube, still the best.
Yeah, I love the videos that's like, this is what you're eating. I'm like, yeah, but fry it up and it's delicious. I really don't care. I know what I'm getting myself into here. I
know what I'm getting into.
I'll sign the waiver if I have to.
Yeah. All right. Well, great time. Now let's do our honorable mentions.
Yeah.
And we'll tell our friends goodnight. And it's Skylar's birthday, by the way, if y'all didn't know. So
yes,
he's spending a couple hours with us. Honorable mentions. We call it all about the Benjamins. Because early on in the journey, I went looking online. I was like, what could we call this? And I was like, I wonder if there's an honorable mention of the mountain. And I saw where somebody was like, oh, yeah, Benjamin Franklin was supposed to be the 5th guy on the mountain, but he just missed it. So I want to know what just missed our mountain today. Let's get it. Who missed the mountain? Now, this is how it's going to go. Adriana, Skylar, me, Andy. Andy, me, Skylar, Adriana, Skylar. Just like that. So, Adriana, you get the first pick, the last pick, and then you have some back-to-back. Now, on this round, we can't pick anything that's already been mentioned. Okay. And once you pick it, then we can't pick it then. So, we're checking off boxes. So, you're trying to make your list even a little bit better. And so if you think your husband's going to pick one, that take it. Don't leave it for him. Or or you could be really nice.
And I'm not afraid that any of you will pick this one because my first Benjamin is Nintendogs.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah,
this
don't worry.
is the third time in a month that Nintendogs has been mentioned. What is going on?
These are my original copies, and first game I bought with my own personal money. So that's my Benjamin. First up.
And the crazy thing is, all 3 of them were by ladies. Is anybody shocked here? All three.
I saved up all my babysitting money to get one of the greatest games in the world.
Yeah, and Nintendogs. Now, which one do you have there?
I have 2 of the 3. I have Lab and Friends. And I have Dowshund.
Oh, that's the best one. Yeah.
It is
much better than Rottweiler. That was not a.
Yeah, I have
a dark turn.
I don't remember which one it is over here, but I had.
There's a third one with I think a Dalmatian.
That
I couldn't afford all 3.
Yeah.
No, that's not it either. Oh well.
I
I have one somewhere hanging out, but when they mentioned it, I was like, oh, here it is, right? And I was like, oh, it's not even in here. I just have the case.
Oh no!
But the one I had was the Chihuahua, I think.
Nice.
I love Chihuahuas.
Yeah.
Chihuahua.
Speaking of Chihuahuas, Taco Bell.
Yo quiero Taco Bell.
That's how you know we're old, right there.
Yo quiero Taco Bell.
All right.
Hey,
all
so
right.
Skylar, what Mr. Mountain?
Perfect Dark.
Perfect
I'm
Dark. There you go.
64.
You said you may be thinking about it earlier, but that's a good pick.
Yeah, it was going to come back. And you know what's funny is GoldenEye and Perfect Dark both use the same operating system for targeting
Yep.
and moving. So, that would be my 4.
Yep. So my well, no, I'm not here yet. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm gonna take this one.
But
Talked about it last
skip?
week. I talked about it last week. You kind of mentioned it earlier about a meeting you had at your work. Wii Sports.
Yeah.
We used to have when we first came out. I've said we a bunch of times, like we. I'm French. Anyways, Wii Sports. We used to have friends come over. This is BC's. They would all come over. Each one of them would bring their beverage of choice, and we would put the kids to bed and literally play tennis for hours, and have like tournaments on like a Friday night. How crazy is that? But just playing Wii tennis and the home run derby and all that jazz and bowling with my buds and my friends as couples. So that was a game that I got to actually play with my wife and somebody else, and that was like one of those ones. So Wii Sports when it first came out.
Love that. My first Benjamin is kind of along the lines of what you're saying, but a different game. It was when I was in college, so I didn't have kids yet. But it was our guest next week, Brett, where he was living at in Hammond when we were going to Southeastern. We would go to his apartment, and it was BC for us, but it was Guitar Hero parties. Actually, not Guitar Hero. It was Rock Band because we had the drum kit, right? So that was Rock Band. So it was Rock Band.
I had Guitar Hero with the drums.
That's World Tour.
Whatever one it was, I don't know. Again, like I said, it was BC. There's a lot of
World Tour. I had
Was
the
it
World Tour.
circles or little rectangles?
They were circles.
Guitar Hero, baby.
Guitar Hero, there it is. Okay, so I was right in the first place. Anyway, playing that one. Specifically, I remember playing a lot of Panic at the Disco's 9 in the afternoon. That was, for whatever reason, whatever. And Psycho Killer by, what's their name? Why is it blanking me? I don't know. Anyway, some 80s band. All right, so that's my first Benjamin. My second Benjamin, because now I get the back-to-back, is actually TV related, but it's TV/video game related, and it was watching X Play on the G4 network.
Whoa!
I remember watching that with Justin and watching video game reviews. This was before like YouTube was a thing, and it was like a show where they're just talking about upcoming video games, reviewing games, just interviews with different creators and all kinds of stuff. It was super fun.
Dude, I loved
watching
that. And what was the chick's name?
I don't remember, but I remember what she looked like. I'll just say.
I remember having a huge crush on her. That's all I know.
But I remember the guguy was like kind of like blonde hair, whatever.
Yeah. And that guy, I read a story. I don't
Morgan
know.
Webb. There you go. Morgan Webb, Foxconn and Clutch.
Morgan Webb. Yeah, that's it. Yes.
Yeah, anyway, X-Play. That was a fun show.
But that guy, something about that guy, I read a big story about him. Like he hates video games now or something. I don't remember what it was. Anyways, hey, side note, you talked about that. I guess this is kind of a veteran move, kind of jumping in. You said watching, GeForce. I thought you were going to say.
Hector came in. Your dad came in. Clutch there. Yes, the Talking Heads. Why did I blank on that? But yeah.
Yes. Awesome. Yeah.
Such a great.
I was going to say, as a kid, the cartoons, Captain N and Super Mario Brothers and Link, those were huge. I thought that's where we were going to go.
What?
But that's not my pick. That's not my pick. Here. This is my pick right here, and I've shown it 100,000 times, and I just love it. But Secret of Mana, and actually it's over here somewhere. I think now. I think it's in here. Yep, right here. One of my favorite memories of all time was as a kid. I loved buying strategy guides, but if I didn't own it, I just made my own.
Yeah.
And
let me full screen you real quick.
This is my own strategy guide of how to 100% Secret of Mana and what bosses to be. And
no way,
dude. And look, it's like falling apart. This is
like
a
wizard's tome.
Yeah. Anyways,
there were signs there.
There were signs. There were signs
there.
There were signs. But adjacent to this, and I guess I remember this because the game is green and all that jazz. But I would play this listening to Green Day Basket Case non-stop. And I remember, like, whenever I see this game, I automatically think of that. Do you have that? I mean, just played the death out of this game. The hitbox suck, but the game is fun. Secret Man.
Nice.
Right, rest in peace, Dolly. Yep, and rest in peace to Peter Cullen, and rest in peace to Tim Curry, and Hayden Panettiere. Yep, that was not long ago.
Yeah.
Skylar, back to you.
Oh, it's me?
Yeah, Skylar, you're up.
What? It's not your turn?
No,
it's hers after
Well,
you,
right,
and she's going to get two of them.
Okay. Conker's Bad Fur Day.
Yeah, come on now.
Mm-hmm.
Is this
I remember
were you like sneaking to play this one?
No. Okay. So I became a Christian as an adult.
Yeah. Okay. There you go.
And
but you did mention earlier. Was it like Grandma said? Was this game appropriate for him to play? And it was like
it was my granddad who did that with Final Fantasy X. He said,
right.
Like, 10-year-old play this, and the guy was like, I guess.
So nobody was hanging over you and like, can he play this?
No.
My parents were strange, man. What it was is I could kind of watch anything. I couldn't watch anything that was, like I couldn't watch nakedness and nothing that was too excessiveness. But if it was like Conker's Bad Fur Day, they'd play it with me and it'd be like, do you understand why you can't talk like this? It was unique.
They were monitoring you while you're watching.
Yeah.
It was a game that I remember playing.
Faded Goat says W's in the chat for
but not knowing.
Skylar. Yes, great choice.
Yeah, not knowing that you just see that it's like a squirrel, and you're like, oh, this is a cute little game, right? And then you play it, and you're like, what is this game?
What a what a unique story, right? Like,
Yeah.
I mean, it's just all over the place.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, absolutely.
Faded Goat, thanks for hanging out. Look, sending you the wrench. I think I've missed you earlier. But anyways, good stuff. All right, so Adriana, you get two. Last of the second round, first of the third round. We're almost done with the second thing.
Okay, here's the thing. So you mentioned Guitar Hero, so I can't mention it again. What if I mention Guitar Hero World Tour?
Yeah.
Look, I didn't play that one, so that's okay.
Okay, this is actually really good for me because I think my dad's still on, and Guitar Hero World Tour was the only video game that he really played with us because the other like shooting video games, flying video games, like he would get vertigo. He'd instantly be like, "No, I can't do this." But the music, and so my mom is where a lot of our nerd core comes from. Lord of the Rings. She had an Atari growing up, so even some video game things, reading books, that came from her. But music also came from my mom. But my dad really, really was in music with us. And so we as a family played Guitar Hero World Tour, and it was kind of the only game that he played with us because it's the only game he could really actually play with us. Anything that was moving around and stuff. So I don't know if my dad's still here or watching. He's got a command center of like.
Oh, Christina's in the house.
Yeah.
What's up, Christina?
No, that's
But
awesome. He did come in real quick with Talking Heads, so that was good.
Yes, yeah. That was his music, especially for World Tour. That was just like the Killers. He really just some of those songs that were specifically in the World Tour, that was a great one. So that's that Benjamin memory. The next one is fighting with my siblings on the one copy of a game we had. So we all got to have our own Game Boy Advance SP. So we each had our own Game Boy Advance, which was nice, but we had to share the game. This one is Super Mario World.
Yeah.
And this one, you can't even tell, is actually, there's a 3 written in purple because this is Sonic 3.
Yeah.
The Game Boy Advance.
Love
Used
that.
and played so much. So we had, and then we also had, I have a copy of Pokemon Pinball for the Advance, Game Boy Advance.
Did that
Those
Sonic
are the
3?
games we fought over.
Was that Sonic 3 and Knuckles? Did it have
And Knuckles, yep.
And Knuckles,
Yep.
yeah,
Change
I
the
love
characters
good
and
stuff.
and you
I
can
love
unlock-
that game.
Very fought over. Who had this copy? You had it last, so I get it next. Mom, he's had it all weekend, and I haven't even got to play it once.
So how many
So
siblings? Maybe you said this and I missed
My
it.
big brother, my big sister, and then me.
So 3 of you guys.
One copy.
Yeah, I
3
get it.
children
Yeah.
who all wanted to play Sonic, all wanted to play Mario, all wanted to play pinball.
Yeah.
And
So
I'm
you're
like,
the
he doesn't even
youngest.
need to keep that copy. He's playing something else. He's playing a different game. Why does he have Sonic in his room? Why can't I play it? Because he's playing something else. So yes, all those.
So
fights-
as the youngest sibling, did you get special treatment? Did you ever get it?
No.
No, you didn't.
I
Okay.
got
Well,
these-
Heck no.
well, yeah, Kurt could say too. Yeah. So were you?
No, my.
Well, I have 3 daughters. So like we definitely get my third one.
Well,
Like,
Cannon
Well, my
does get
parents-
some preferential.
I'm not even
I
gonna lie.
didn't
She would-
understand.
I definitely do
Cannon
this.
gets some preferential sometimes. I know Daphne gets some preferential.
No, yeah.
My parents also didn't get it. They didn't understand.
Hey, look, there she is. There he is. There he is.
Hey, look, he's
he
he's
is.
even coming in. Nope.
Oh, you know what? He's probably
No.
behind a little
Dad, do
bit.
you remember it, Dad?
He's
do you
probably
remember,
behind a little
Guitar
bit.
Hero we had the drum set and the guitar. He played with us a lot.
Fox said, I heard Secret of Mana.
Yeah.
All right, Skylar, you're up again.
Man, we're getting close.
We
We're
got
getting
2
close.
more. This one and 1 more.
I know. It's like I have 2, but it's like which do I go with? Okay. I have my number 1, so I can't say that one yet. The first game I ever watched my dad play. It took us 24 years to figure out what the game was. We didn't know what it was. Basically, all we could remember is had a crazy weird cutscene in the beginning. You wake up in a little container, right? A little cryogenic container. And then he was like, gosh, I'm really cold. And then the character would freeze to death. And then my dad would get mad and we quit playing it. But, it took us 24 years and it was Overblood. It was this. It was the first game that I actually streamed because I thought it was kind of, poetic. First game ever played, first game streamed. It's like a Resident Evil clone. But man, when I think of like weird sci-fi addiction that is me, I think it was birthed from this, so.
PlayStation 1.
Wow.
I don't know that I've ever played or seen that game.
Well, you know what? I can save you some life force. You can just check out my finale because I had to replay the game entirely, and it's done in under 4 hours. So
There you go.
I'll have to go watch.
it's kind of painful. I'm just gonna
That's
let you know.
where Just Run
That's
and
where
Jump.
Just Run and Jump comes from.
There
Oh,
was
it's
an
from this game?
Overblood 2.
Yeah. There was Overblood 2 just in Japan though.
I'm just Googling.
That's cool.
That's
That is
yeah,
really
wow.
cool.
All right.
All right. Well, yeah, I mentioned this last week for the very first time ever, or the week before, and I'm going to mention it again. I almost just left them right here, just waiting for it. But you mentioned the Air Force there, Skylar. I was Air Force for 6 years. I spent 5.5, almost 6 months in Iraq right after 9/11. And we were able to go down to the BX and rent out this crate that had a PlayStation 2 and about 8 games in it. And all of us, the whole crew that was there on our free time, was playing this game.
Oh,
Yes.
Tiger
That's a good
Woods
one.
2004. And I just love golf games in general. They're just it's just so relaxing and chill. Even if I make a mistake, it's like whatever. I don't like, but this game just there's something about the music, the big Samoan guy that picks his leg up like a baseball player, like the playing in Iraq and just while you're fighting for your country and chilling out and being like not worried about anything with your guys, just playing in like this crazy bunker. But anyways, Iraq playing golf.
That is a
Literally.
crazy memory.
Yeah. I was thinking about the character creation because I used to make like the mutants in the golf games. Like they'd just be like, they'd be severely deformed, but I'd be rocking it out too. So they'd be way overpowered. So I'd load it up to another person's game and they'd be like, hey, you want to?
My pleasure, Hector, Mr. Hector, Pastor Hector. Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah, it was a great time in my life. That I was very lucky to be in a safe place and have great friends. And we've had a couple of them on here. One of them, and he's been on multiple times. We need to have him again. Captain. Oh, Captain, my Captain. But anyways, yep, that's going to be it.
Yeah. All right. I got two more. One of mine is going to be youth ministry related. We kind of talked about it earlier. Not specifically, though, but this was last year's summer camp. Whoa! Whoa! What are we doing? Last year's summer camp. I remember this. This is don't have to think far back for this memory, but we do a Super Smash Brothers tournament at our youth camp every year, and they do all the preliminaries during the week. And one of our students this last year made it to the finale, and I found out that the other student that he was facing against was like a full-time streamer of Smash Bros. And so I was like, I'm not going to tell my student that he's about to go off against a streamer who knows this whole deal. Well, anyway, we get into the finale, the final service of the night. It's on the big screen, and our guy wins the Smash Bros. Finale. And then all of our students go and run back there because they're kind of playing from the media booth area, lift them on the shoulders. It's like he just won the Super Bowl.
Oh my God.
This kid was like on top of the world, and just remembering his look there. There's a picture that's out there of that side, but
That's beautiful.
where he got lifted on the shoulders. And then I told him after, I said,
Mighty
hey,
Ducks moment.
I said, you just beat like a legit streamer. And he's like, and I'm like, yeah, I didn't want to tell you that before because you would have freaked out probably a little bit more than you already were. But it was just really cool to be a part of that.
It is super cool.
Yeah.
It made me think of like the movies where it shows like 40 years later, and a guy got like the bald cap with like the long hair. And he's like, you know what I did back in the day?
Yeah. It's like the movie starts with that, and it's the record scratch. Yeah, that's me. I bet you're wondering how I got here. Well, let's go back to
you know who I am.
Yeah. So that's one of my Benjamins right there. And my last Benjamin is interesting because so when I was in college, I had moved out of my house and everything. So I didn't have my old video games as a kid with me. I didn't have any of that kind of stuff. Kind of when I moved out before my mom got rid of a lot of that stuff. And I wasn't really saying I wanted it. I was in that weird time or whatever, so I didn't really realize that I was going to want it. But for whatever reason, the system that I brought with me was my PS2. And my PS2 was what got me through college. It was the only system I had. And for a while there, towards the end of my college career, I only had one game on the PS2. And I would play it all the time. And it was Madden 2008. With Vince Young on the cover. So there's a memory to that. But what more so than anything than the game itself, it's just a Madden game. I get it. But the fact that it was the only game that I had, I would play the Coffin Corner Punt Challenge, and the soundtrack from Madden 2008 was next to none. We had
Good Charlotte.
Atreyu. They had the Hives. Ozzy was in it. Queens of the Stone Age. Sum 41. Good Charlotte. Yellow Card. Shadows Fall. All of these groups that were playing while I'm doing the running back challenge. Dude, I can't tell you how I would go through a complete draft, right? And you just hear that music playing all the time. So Madden 2008, playing that in college at my hotel, or not hotel, what am I talking about? My apartment that I was living at. Yeah, that's a core memory of mine. That's what we'll wrap up with.
All right. Well, it's my turn, huh?
And I don't see you, but
Hold on. Hey.
No, it made it all the way here. It made
Hey,
it
so
all
look. Right here. Tech. You mentioned Super Bowl.
I'll just solo layout. You can just listen to him for a moment.
Yeah. Yeah. You mentioned Tecmo. You mentioned Super Bowls. There it is. Tecmo Super Bowl. And yeah, Bo Jackson was the guy, but not for me. I wanted to be anti Bo Jackson, so I started playing with the Chiefs, and that was in 1992. And I rocked my Chiefs starter jacket because of this video game in high school. And now the GOAT plays for us. So
Drew Brees has never played for the Chiefs.
Yeah. Well, he's second GOAT. But anyways, Tecmo Super Bowl. Hours and hours and hours and hours and hours and hours and hours playing this game. It's by far my favorite sports game of all time. And yeah, it's birthed the fandom. But yeah, I had to bring it out. I knew nobody would have it, so I had to turn my camera off and get ready for you.
That's a good one.
That was a good one.
I almost picked that just so you wouldn't pick it.
Oh,
Yeah, right.
That would have been funny.
That would have been hilarious.
All right, Skylar, your last pick.
All right. I had to really think about this because it's not about the games; it's about the memories attached to them.
Yep.
And so, I spent a short time in Edwards Air Force Base.
Edwards is cool.
This was like, I was like not even in school, like maybe second grade max. But my dad had been deployed in Korea for, about a year and some change. And he came back with a black jacket with a Bulbasaur on it. And he said, there is only one jacket like this in the whole world.
There can only be one.
And so I was like, I'm the hottest biscuit in the oven right now. Because I have a exclusive.
That's an awesome analogy.
Yeah, with my Bulbasaur jacket. But we were in that temporary base housing, in between moving to different places. We moved every Christmas, and it was Pokemon Pinball.
Come on!
With the on the Game Boy Color, and had the Rumble Pack in it. And I just remember eating Christmas tree zebra cakes.
Dude.
With my super sweet Bulbasaur jacket in those amazing, you know what I'm talking about, the amazing base housing with the hotel sheets that you pretty sure have been there since forever. In a place, the desert was wild, just the kind of bugs.
What system was that on?
This was on the Game Boy Color, I think.
Yeah.
Or the original Game Boy.
Original game.
I think that was the original Game Boy.
Pokemon
But it had a giant Rumble
Pack
in it.
So that must
so
have been color, I think.
I don't know if I had a color then.
Pokemon Pinball.
Dang.
That's what I'm ending on. I'm ending on Pokemon Pinball because it was the time when I remember a sweet time with my family.
Kirk's got it pulled up, I think. There it is.
This looks right.
There you go. Is that Snorlax?
Pikachu.
By the way, Snorlax is the best Pokemon.
Yo, you have great taste.
Oh my gosh, our Snorlax from Japan is not in the room with us, but
He's the numero uno, the best Pokemon there is Snorlax.
That
is my favorite Pokemon. Yeah. Pikachu. Let's be real. I love I love Pikachu. Everyone wants to be catch him, but I wanted to catch them all. You ever play the board game? We gotta talk. We gotta keep talking.
Yeah. It'll be the show after.
Goodness, I died 2 times in that fast.
Okay, we do have a.
We got some gifts. This young man decided to draw us. He didn't want to break the licensing. He said, "Pokemon is illegal for me to draw," but Pokemon, and so he drew us these beautiful custom
That is so cool.
They're so great. They're so great. Just showing them off, just so I could be like, dude, look at that. Look at that Blastoise. Are we serious right now?
Big man Blastoise.
Right? It's not Blastoise. It's actually
No,
it's Blastoise.
it's Blastoise. It's French. Blastoise. Blastoise.
That's right.
Man,
I
good
love
stuff.
that. That is awesome. Pokemon pinball with the Pokemon starter jacket.
Big man Blastoise.
Probably with some bagel bites too, maybe.
Oh.
Who
No,
knows?
it was the
Dude, I had
Christmas
bagel
tree.
bites for the
Christmas
first
tree silver
time.
cakes is really
Yeah, little-
I had bagel bites for the first time in like 20
They
years.
don't hold up. They don't hold
like
up.
3 weeks ago, and
Memory.
boom.
Really
Yoda's
food?
blessed life.
On his food.
It's been a while. We love you. Another good guy. Another guy that loves Christ. Yoda is a his
Yoda
channel.
is
It's evolved into all kinds of things, but a lot of it, what he did back in the day when we saw him a lot, he was like pack ripping and like showing his collection of baseball cards. So, what's up, Yoda? Good to see you, man. We're just finishing up.
All right,
So,
Adriana. Last,
Mr. Irrelevant. Last pick.
One or two, or just one?
just one.
Just one. All right. Then I'm going to save the best for last. And the memory is playing video games with my big brother.
Oh,
So that's the memory. And that probably touches almost every game and gaming memory I have. Even to the point, he's the first person I played GameCube with. He's the first person I played PlayStation with, Xbox, Game Boy, any console. And then when he went to college.
Oh, man. Hey, Yoda, can we pray for you?
Oh, in the
Yoda,
hospital for 3 weeks.
You're in the hospital for 3 weeks. If you'd like, we would love to pray for you. But go ahead, Adriana.
Yeah. He went to college and then he kind of moved away and all that stuff. And he was playing a game called Destiny, and he was playing it live. And I don't know how, but he convinced me to buy the game and pay to play Xbox Live. And we played together, and it was actually like how we, as adults or as we started growing up, kind of stayed together. And it's been
That's awesome.
our link for pretty much our whole lives. It was so I know that my love of gaming and a lot of things that I love, like Harry Potter or just a lot of my nerd things in life, comes from my big brother. So that's my
I love that.
invention.
We actually just started watching all of the Harry Potters with my kids.
Oh yeah.
Like we're watching it through because we realized that like even my 12-year-old has not watched them, and they absolutely love them. They hate that we can't watch one tonight because I'm in here. I
Well,
was
the
like,
rule
we'll maybe double up tomorrow, so we'll see.
You're a wizard, Harry.
Listen, the rule in my parents' home, and this was my mom's rule, was if there was a movie that came from a book, you had to read the book first before you watched the movie. So we had to read Lord of the Rings, we read all the Harry Potters, we read Narnia. Like if there was any type of movie, and now it's expanded. And so that was, I mean, it was an easy enough rule to follow. We read all those books, and it unlocked all these movies that we had access to pretty much at any age. We were old enough to read the book. They let us watch the movie.
Well, I just selfishly really want to watch them. I'd love to
There's
put
that
that rule into practice, but I'm like, I'd have to wait too long for my daughter to see Harry Potter for me to watch
This
it.
isn't just for you. This is
She
for
can
me.
still watch it. She can still read it, and I think she should. Like, absolutely. But we got to watch this movie. Like, we got.
That's so good.
But I do like that rule. That is a really cool. That's cool. I have my kids.
You said yes, still in the hospital and prayer work one.
Yeah. We're gonna pray for sure.
Andy, why don't you pray for him?
What Yoda? Have you mentioned your actual name? Because I mean, I'll pray for Yoda's blessed life. That's fine. But I don't know. I don't know if you share your name online. Anyway, but we'll pray. I'll just pray for Yoda's blessed life, and the Lord will know who we're praying for. So, Father, we just come to you right now, Lord, as we wrap up this show tonight. God, we know that it's ultimately about your people. So, Lord God, we just come to you praying for Yoda's blessed life. Lord, you, Dave, there we go. That he is in the hospital right now for 3 weeks. Lord God, you know the situation that he's in. But God, you formed him. You knit him together, Lord God. So you know his ins and outs. And God, you know what it is to heal him and restore him, Lord God. You are a God of restoration. Your word tells us that by your stripes we are healed. So, Lord God, we're believing for that right now. Lord, I pray for not just a healing and a bringing back to health, Lord God, but for restoration beyond what he was at before, Lord God, Lord, that you would do exceedingly and abundantly more than we can ever think or imagine, Lord God. So we just stand with him right now in prayer, believing that your that prayer changes things, God. Let your Holy Spirit move through him, Lord. I pray for a peace over him during this season, Lord God, during these few weeks that he's got in the hospital. Lord, we praise you in advance, God, for the testimony, Lord, of healing in his life. In Jesus' name, amen. Amen. Hey, still praying for you, Dave. Appreciate you hopping in here, even in the midst of being in the hospital. Well, look, guys, there's our show.
Yay!
We did it. And Joe Rogan hasn't even started yet, so we're good.
Hey, but before we head out, can you guys share with the 11s of people that are still hanging out where they can find you, maybe what you got coming up next, where you're going to be at next, anything that if people want to support you, what they can do and what's coming on?
So right now, we're really leaning into our streaming. Like we've been streaming a lot lately. It's been the first time in the channel history, and we're kind of leaning into that and trying to kind of see where this goes. We play original retro games on the original retro hardware, and we stream it live through technical wizardry.
Lots
of cables. Like
you're a wizard.
Our living room looks like a Nine Inch Nails concert. Like it looks insane. But we're also trying to get into more conventions. Like we had an arcade kind of reach out to us and say, "Hey, please come and film us and interview us." We're trying to do more interviews with game stores like Austin. We'd love to talk to Austin.
Yep. So _Retrovault is where we are on YouTube. The Retrovault SC is where we are kind of everywhere else. He's doing more streaming. I'm trying to look for more interviews. As he mentioned, my background is in film, especially documentary filming, and I just really want to get real stories of real gamers and game store owners. So if you are a gamer or a game store owner that would love to tell your story, reach out to us. We are in South Carolina, and we have a store in the flea market on Ladson Road. So if you are around South Carolina in that area, come check out the Coastal Carolina Flea Market. We will be there. The Retro Vault will be there. And ultimately, as we mentioned, we are missionaries. We have jobs and we do YouTube, but we are missionaries, and we go to Tanzania, East Africa every year, and we are in partnership with the Maasai Pastors Project, MPP, MaasaiPastorsProject.org.com, or I think it's ORG. You can find out more of the mission, different things that we do there. We partner with the believers and Christians on the ground, and we partner in education, encouragement, and sharing the gospel with NPP, Maasai Pastors Project. And we're going there in January. We are currently fundraising for our mission trip.
In short, we set up schools to train pastors so that they can plant churches in East Africa.
In their
own language, and people can minister to their own language and people.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we'd love for you to be just to join us.
But
yeah, I put the link inside the chat. You can click it. Love for you to subscribe. And we're really early on our YouTube journey. But we have support, like people like the Rushmore Show, people like Bryce. You can see we have a good support system, and I think it's going to be a fun ride, and I think you should join us for it.
Absolutely. Again, and obviously with your background, Adriana, you can tell, but the quality of what you guys are putting out early on is just going to get better, and I really enjoy it. I love it, and you guys are welcome in this community at any time, and we'd love to have you back on.
Let me say too, if you guys are ever looking for a con in Louisiana, we got a couple that
we got a couple friends we're connected to. If you want to come over to
RetroCon, come out to STCC.
So STCC is one that we did first. Andy and his wife are kind of on staff with those guys. They haven't really had a big presence of YouTubers.
I'm pushing for it.
I bet if we can get some, like Austin has the YouTubers come in and they just kind of shop and they list them and give them a media pack. I bet if there's enough that kind of would whatever that would change. And it's a great convention. It's more geared towards comic books and toys now, but it's still awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for being here. We cannot do what we're doing without the support of the people in our community. Tonight, I'm just going to shout you guys out tonight, just by messing around, looking at the people that have showed up. It's probably the biggest amount of subscribers that we've had in one show in probably like a year or so. We have a lot of the same community guys come back, and a lot of times people will bring some friends, but you guys brought the house. Thanks for introducing us to a lot of people in your community, your families. We're so appreciative. The next thing that we're going to be doing is next week we are doing a music one with Andy's band, Invoke the Nightmare. Yeah. Ooh, that's scary. And we're doing metal breakdowns. I'm bringing Mulan and nice. Pokemon Snap to the table. And
business.
And then we're gonna do let's see, we've got arena songs lined up, we've got sad songs lined up, we've got
dance songs that make you want to dance
songs lined up, we've got new metal songs lined up. We're doing a lot of songs this time instead of bands.
I love it.
Which we've done bands before plenty times. But we have a good lineup listed.
Disney songs?
Disney songs.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yep. And there's only a couple right answers for that. Farewell.
Babe Unkwe.
Unkwe.
It's Swahili for father-in-law.
Yeah. Simba.
Lion.
Have y'all seen the video of the translation of the theme song for Lion? Oh my God, he's a lion!
But
I love that video.
And the next conventions, Pelicon, St. Tammany Collectors Con,
St. Tammany Comic-Con now, just so you know.
Comic-Con. Yeah, I gotta change my. That's like we changed our name from the Pandas to the Panthers, and it's not Panda Pennies. It's not Panda Pennies anymore. It's not Bamboo Bucks. It's Panther Pennies and Cubs Cash. And I'm like, guys, I got a Panda Penny for you guys, and I got, dang it, Panther Penny for you guys. It's just so close. We love you guys. We thank you guys. Come and hang out with us again. By the way, and Adriana, I know you have a background in film. We are booking for movies and TV, which is November and December. That's all movies and TV topics. If you guys would like to join us again, video games come back around in January and February, and then music is always after video games, which will be February, March, and
you
April.
guys are welcome
anytime for any topic. It doesn't have to be video games. You guys are welcome for sure. Everybody in the chat, thanks for being here. The list is numerous, probably 50 of you, Bryce and Pastor Hector and all the other family members, whether it was, Yoda and Christina, Almighty Elk, thanks for being here. Fade Goated, thanks for being here. My buddy Kevin, thanks for being here. Fox, so on and so forth. This list goes on and on and on. You guys have been amazing. Thanks for hanging out. Next week, Metal Breakdowns. Bring it, Andy. Break it down.
All right. Thank you, guys. Thanks, everybody in the chat. Thank you to the community, the Summit Squad. But it's time to say goodnight. Let's say it like we always do. This is the Rushmore Show, where it's all about. Hold on, because I have to set the outro video. So
it's all
about
your
top four and
nothing more.